fight the power like Big Chuck.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Check it, yo. I always be analyzing to see who's fake. People acting Janice, running around two-faced, talking behind my back until they put in their place. You're a two-course meal without saying grace on the internet. Talking shit through your fingertips, talking high power till your shine is eclipse. Trying to ride a wave until your mind is seasick. Cement shoes and your ankles tied with 3 bricks. This isn't Grand Theft Auto, this is real life. I will piss on your grave and throw dick to your wife. This is a warning mixed with some advice. You might be king, but I'm the ace of spades, and you just reneged. This is food for thought, bitch, eat a grenade. This is what people want, to be treated like dirt. I tried being humble, but that was absurd. All the brainless bitches flock together like birds, pecking for crumbs until they merge with the crossroads and chuck the demi-urge. I think they had enough, I took the trash to the curb. Let the torture begin and watch them burn. Here's the urn.
It's hard to keep it real with fake people. They can take love, mix it with hate, and make evil. I'm staring at 50 shades of gray people. It's a grand deception. Like K-Reno, they are who they say they isn't. On the internet, spreading everybody's business through a troll account. Talking foul, not knowing what goes around comes around. The flat out truth is the energy change when I come around. I guess London Bridge is falling down. Hey people, stall him out. We know all about the narrative painting to control the clout. They gatekeepers trying to stop the ones trying to awake people. HOTC.
The Bakushi is the master of illusion, and if everyone believes the illusion, it becomes reality. Bakushi thinks he's won the game, but he didn't count on a pinch hitter.
All is continuous vibration, always in motion. Conductor of energy, assault in the ocean. Serpent is the sine wave, polarities interwoven. A chemical sorcery, elixirs and potions. Resonant frequencies, molecular explosions. Your daily programs is heavy doses of hypnosis. People walk around blind even though their eyes are open. No time for ideological salesmen with biblical notions. That box in your room, televised lies through your vision. It doesn't matter your race, status, or religion. The longer I have to beat you when your mind is locked in prison. That food is filled with toxins, it's why you can't think clear. Illusion of choice is your option while keeping all in fear. Load up all your weaponry, the revolution is here. I said load up all your weaponry, the revolution is here.
We ain't in the same place, or occupy the same space. So get the fuck out my face.
In the instant, I changed the mission with photosynthesis. Witness the synthesis, ripping endless on instruments. Feel the frequency, energy off this Hennessy synergy. Literally those that take us to infinity. Reading articles, all is horrible, calling audibles. I'm remarkable, I shot a fed at a carnival. Dust and particles, follicles gon' be everywhere. Heavy pair of some pistols, I shot them holding that teddy bear. Fuck the system, let's keep it simple, let's raise the temple. Make them triple while you're going to where they all assemble. Not Avengers, I'm the Avenger, I seek the injure. Kept my temper till I stuck the hidden blade up in her. Fuck the ruler, here's what they doing to you. Poison water in the food is what you put into you. I'm the shooter with new maneuvers. Caught back to Ruger, super trooper. He is gonna need a pooper scooper. The revenge of Montezuma. Rocking my Pumas, uppercut like a Kuma, sending you straight to Luna. Cosmic verses from universes on new excursions, emerging the virgin. I pull the back, the iron curtain. War leaders are world eaters, born cheaters, war sneakers, rearrange their core features. Born reaper, hurricane, the sword keeper, form ether, burn all of the mold geezers. Up in government, parliament, bitch, I'm tarnishing arguments, ain't no bargaining, throw a bomb in the audience. I'm the guardian, strange you all in a cardigan, rearrange the universe, I am the artisan.
We ain't in the same place or occupy the same space. So get the fuck out my face.
As a king, fighting the spirit of Mesa King, vibing to my queen, playing the tambourine while I'm eating the tangerine. My plasma was replaced with gasoline. Got the blood of the Elohim, manifesting through a dream, a shit you never seen. I got the eyes of Medusa and the hands of Wolverines. Astral project with my inner being. We locked in the inner ring, hoping the Anunnaki intervene. While the world is under siege, they got an abyss under the sea, living underneath. Lightning struck me standing under a tree while I was crumbling weed, and an angel swooped down, put me under her wing. Now she shields me from my desires the devil brings. Say my name in vain and you will never bleed. Say my name in vain and you will never bleed.
The Bakushi is the master of illusion. And if everyone believes the illusion, it becomes reality.
All right. Sir Drop is like Van Gogh with the pen or pencil or utensil. Fucking I'm gonna have new music tomorrow. I've been saying that, but right after I get off of here, I gotta finalize that track. And then Hurricane dropped new music yesterday too, and the day before. Hurricane's on a roll. He's been dropping stuff every day. People just need, should support him. Even if you don't like hip hop, at least give him a thumbs up. I think Hurricane's fucking nicer than most of these rappers or MCs. I don't even think there's many MCs left. I think, they're mostly rappers or crappers. I like to call them crappers. But, I got a ton of instrumentals that I made. What's up, Nigra? I got a ton of instrumentals that I made. What's the name of this fucking app? Hold on. Suno. Sir Drop put me on. Because I'm always complaining how I want my own beats. And then I got a beat. DJ Graves made a beat for me. I asked him to make me a Mobb Deep type beat. So I got that for my album. And then I got a bunch of one of the beats I played. I'm gonna see if I can get Hurricane. Let me see if I can pull this beat up. I know Hurricane will slaughter this beat. Yep, right here. Bing bong. Who likes my new backdrop? See if I can get Hurricane on this beat. I made that beat the other day. But it's called Warrior's Drum. But I got to get some soldiers marching in the background. Put that real low. Man, if I had a studio, it'd be over with, man. All that equipment. Man, listen here. My imagination is like the burning bush of God. I want to slap Trump right in his ugly ass face, yo. I can't stand that fat, turkey face looking motherfucker. He's gonna send more young men and women to die. You know, I watched the interview of the Reaper, the sniper that was an Army Ranger. I forgot his name, but he even talks about nobody from the Middle East, you know, that he believed the lie in the beginning, like many people did. I'm just grateful when that shit happened. I already knew ahead of time to not trust the government. My grandpa's already ahead of the ball game, so I knew to just sit back and investigate and analyze. But yeah, a lot of people, man, fell for that shit, and they were so quick to jump on it and listen to the news. But yeah, he even says, you know, everyone knows it was Israel. Just a whole bunch of shit, man. All those men and women that went over there for a lie and lost their life. How many millions of innocent Iraqis and Pakistanians that died? It blows my mind that these people sleep at night. I'm gonna be the observer, all right? When I'm standing over their soulless body, observing them. And if I die and God says, "Why did you do it?" Right? Let's say there is this God in the sky. He judges me. I'd be like, "You didn't fucking do it. We had to do something." You're a smart ass, chunk. This is the worst time to be born, you know, to be alive. Like, I see so much people, like I said yesterday, and I know I'm going to get shit for it, but it is what it is, man. You know, I get sick and tired of hearing the race card pulled. And what, you know, people have their own so-called free will to do as they please. And I respect it, but I just wonder sometimes what people's intentions are. My bad. I was just thinking about that topic. I ain't even going to talk about it. Touchy topic. Oh shit, I didn't even drop the link, man. I was just zoning out. I keep seeing that video of that lady talking about how these crackers were taking the black babies and using them for gator bait. That fucking thing keeps popping up on my feed every hour. And it's like, I'll just think about what's the intentions of this stuff, because YouTube is pumping that out lately a lot. And I've heard of this stuff a long time ago. I was hearing this stuff when I was locked up as a youth, man. The lady Miss L used to talk about stuff like that. Because I used to ask her, why do black people hate me so much? And I was like, they don't even know me. She broke stuff down to me. Bitty bitty bing bong. Yeah, and the wild thing about it, Nigra, too, is most of these people didn't even live in those times, but they still want to keep that alive, man. They want to keep stirring that pot. That's my only, and that's their choice. They don't want to let it go. That's fine. That's their decision. But me, I really see no need to keep stirring the pot of the past. Like, I think that's one of the downfalls as people is, they want us to think we've always been at war with each other. And that's all past, that's all so-called history is about, is war, 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 war. It's all they fucking talk about. Slavery, war, fucking death, famine, right? It's all this negative shit. That's all history is about. Fucking play it out. Israel can shove them books up their ass. Rockefeller in Israel. I hope fucking, what's his name? Netanyahu? What a fucking loser name. Netanyahu. Yeah, I'm betting he's fucking dead somewhere. Fuck that Jew nugget. Alright, feel better now. Release these demons. I bet you Israel hates America. And that's odd, considering if it wasn't for America, Israel would have been fucked, allegedly, in World War II, right? As history says, however true that is. So I'm just shocked that they don't have respect for the people who helped them, But if you look in history, a lot of different people, the Palestinians, so many different groups and tribes say the Jews stabbed them in their back after they helped them. So they have a bad reputation, Anyway, fuck that shit. What's up, Naga? Oh, they hate Americans. They're the ones poisoning our food. 98% of the people that run the United States corporation are Jewish. They sell us the poison and they eat the kosher food. That's why they got certain symbols on the food, so they can tell the difference. Keep it in secret, but I know the symbols now. Kosher hot dogs are banging. It would be nice if the world could just live in peace, man. How can we achieve that? I have no fucking clue, man. We're so in chaos, and there's just so much going on between everything's poison, all the hatred towards each other, all the killing, the disrespect to Mother Earth. There's fucking dumping chemicals everywhere. They're poisoning all the water. Fucking, it's just, and we just sit around. That's what upsets me sometimes when I sit here thinking. I have to smoke weed to calm down, because I'm like, man, we just sit around and do nothing about it but talk about it, which I guess that helps a little, but I guess that's part of the psychological warfare. You know, everyone's like, as long as it don't come my way. But in reality, it's affecting everyone. They just don't realize it yet until a couple years down the road when they have cancer from all the chemicals being sprayed and all the garbage they're eating. But yeah. Yeah, I remember kosher pickles. They're still around. Yeah, I don't know where the word kosher comes from, but
See, can you hear me, bro?
yeah.
See, when you filter, bad water, all the germs uh get trapped in the filter, right? So it's the same thing with the grade that they're putting up, right? The chemical grade, which is the chemical grade, right? The Kemet was all about the underworld, right? The dead, right? So this is what they summon. They summon they're summoning the dead, right? So they're filtering, the earth, or the earth is filtering itself. So if you're not righteous, right, you will be gone. It's just that simple. They're following the script. They know better to follow the script, right? Because at the end of the day, they ain't who they say they are, right? They ain't the one in charge. If they was in charge, why would they be? Why would they have to follow a script?
Yeah, they gave Trump the position because he's a good actor. He's a good magician, and he's a familiar face. But excuse me. You know, they've been using the same script, like I've said before, over and over. They just changed the faces to give people the illusion that things will change. Oh, this guy, he's gonna make a difference. Up 4 years were a waste. Let's vote again. This guy's he's gonna do it this time. Next thing you know, it's 70 years pass and you're about to die. Nothing changed. I mean, that's what I seen on my grandfather. He was a faithful voter, you know, mayors, presidents, governors. My grand voted. He used to wear the sticker. I voted today, and he would talk with all the old people, and he lived in like, it was the old high school. They made it to an old folks home. But it wasn't like, them old folks home with doctors that are in there. You could come and go as you please. It was like an apartment building, but he would talk with, all the old people, and that's what they did, man. They all went and voted. And I remember asking my grandfather, I don't remember his answer, but I used to ask my grandfather, I said, if none of these politicians can be trusted, right? Why are you voting for them? I don't remember what he told me. He probably didn't say anything, because he probably thought to himself, like, shit, why am I voting? It didn't make sense to me. My grand knew they were crooks, and they were liars, and they were no good. I always wondered, what's the point of voting? Damn, I wish my grandpa's here so I could ask him these questions now. I would want a definite answer. I don't remember. Maybe he did answer me. I
Well,
just don't remember.
that's the thing, Charles. That's the thing, Charles. People like to build up on their chest and act like they know what's up. They know what they're doing. They know what's going on. But in reality, they do things and don't even know why they're doing these things. Like breathing. You breathing right now. You don't even know why you're breathing, right? It's certain things you do. You don't even know why you're doing these things. You probably be thinking about certain things
I know
just
why I'm
yeah,
breathing.
and be like,
Because if
damn,
I
why am I
wasn't
thinking
breathing,
about this?
I wouldn't even know I was breathing.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a lot of things that we do. We're not even aware. We don't even know why we do these things or how we even doing these things. But yet we like to, you know, make ourselves think that we're the all knowing.
I have more questions than answers, put it that way.
No, but I was just saying though, I think, I think they're onto something, you know. What I mean by that, I think the script is the only thing that's been saving them, right, from being devoured by nature every time, right, from the beginning to where they are right now. It's because of the script. So to me, they gotta believe in the scripture, right? They gotta accept the scripture, whether they like it or not. They gotta follow it.
What's up, Dom?
And we're looking at them. We're looking at them doing what they're doing, and we're judging them, but they're judging themselves. So nature don't have to judge them. That's exactly what they're doing, right? They're justifying themselves, so nature don't have to justify them.
You got to be a different type of breed, right? To know, like Trump, for instance, you got to be a real heartless, numb person to know what you're doing is wrong, know you're going to send people to die, know you're lying to the face of the people, and get up there and act like everything's all right and you're not lying. Like, you just got to be a different piece of shit. And then, you know, to me, it looks like it don't bother him none of this shit. That's why he has that position, because he's a different type of piece of shit, you know. It's if that was me, I couldn't send these young men and women to die and get good night's sleep. It would bother me all the time. I would always think about it. I'm just being honest.
Bro, like I said, bro, people are confusing to their own understanding because that's what they are leaning to. Right?
It's kind of hard to hear you. You got a hat over the headphones or a mask on over them?
Nah, I don't got nothing over it.
You sounded muffled a little bit. I was just wondering because when I have my headphones on, I put that mask on and then I have a winter hat, and that's how I sound muffled.
I'm hearing the echo though, but
yeah,
other than I'm hearing the echo, it's like I'm hearing my voice coming, repeating.
I don't hear it.
But I was just saying that I think people just confuse into their own understanding because that's what they're leaning to. People are leaning to their own understanding, so they're confusing themselves. So it's hard to tell somebody, or to guide somebody, or to tell somebody what's wrong, what's right, what they should be doing. So yeah, in a time like this, I think Trump is necessary, right? Because whether you listen to him or not, right, he gonna do, what's right.
I guess. Whoever made this meme is awesome. I forgot that sniper's name. Shit. Sergeant something. Sergeant,
To me, I look at that as a psychological warfare. Whoever made that, right, was trying to, was trying to have a psychological war.
Made what?
That meme right there. Because that's why they tell any patriot, right? Any patriot that's watching this.
That means facts. That meme is facts. That's what Trump's doing right now. Trump promised American people that he was going to put America first. He was going to bring jobs, bring the prices down, stop wars. He did the opposite. Prices are going up. He's starting wars everywhere. Fucking, that's like a slap in the country's face. As usual, though, I expect it. Other people are pissed. I'm not. I'm just like, I expect it. But and it's not like an I told you so either. It's just what it is, man. And it'll happen again in another. When the next guy comes, it'll happen again and again and again. It's the same shit over and over. It's like a merry-go-round. Here's Truth Zone.
Charles Wise, nigga, long time no see.
I said
it's been a while since I've been over here.
I was in.
I took a little break. I took a little break from the weirdos over here, but I'm back.
I was in your live, well, not on the live stream, but I was in the chat yesterday through Sir Drop.
Did you type in the chat yesterday?
Yeah, but I was on Sir Drop and sharing your live stream.
Oh, you was on Sir Drop's chat. Y'all, you wasn't in my chat. That's probably why I didn't see you.
Yeah. That's why no one was answering me. I was talking in the chat and no one was even paying no
But
mind.
you gotta come to if you going you gotta come to my you gotta come to my chat.
I wonder why no one could see me.
But I was gonna say, nigga, I had 50 people in my chat yesterday. I didn't see you. So okay, it makes sense now. You was in charge using Sir Drop shit. Ain't nobody over there on Sir Drop shit, nigga. Shit. You gotta come to where the action is at.
How'd you make that that backdrop you got? That shit,
That nigga Zay made it for
funny
me.
as hell when you were saving that chick, that big fat chick.
Yeah, that nigga, what's his name? The cupcake man Zay made it for me. The rainbow man.
Yo, if you could land a fucking job like the buildings I showed you in Hartford, and you got one of those machines to clean windows like that, you'll make stupid money, man.
Bro, I cleared $1,000 on YouTube the other day, nigga. Somebody paid me $400 to time somebody out on my channel for a month, bro.
Well, they need to come this way.
A nigga sent me $400. It's a true story, man. Time this nigga out. Matter of fact, it was Root Word. You know who Root Words is?
Yeah. Well, I don't know him, but I know who he is.
Somebody paid me $400 to time him out for a month, bro. The way he can't come back to my panel for a month.
They throwing money around like that. Fuck.
I made $1,000 that day. That was 2 days ago, bro.
Who the fuck's throwing money like that around?
We content creators. We in the business to make money. That's what this is. This ain't about no goddamn truth. This ain't about no knowledge, enlightenment. It's about the money. You see what the government got going on with this. I like this. I like that background back there. I might have to take that.
If YouTube pays me right, I would do it too. But they want to censor, and you can't do this, you can't do that.
But I still keep it raw and gritty like I was when I first came on this motherfucker. But I'm not like monetized. I just got that YouTube partnership.
Yeah, their job is explaining that to me that there's levels to getting monetized. I need.
Man, don't listen to Sir Drop. Sir Drop don't know what the fuck you talking about. Sir Drop, that nigga claim. Sir Drop, I hope you listening, nigga. You pseudo, nigga. Now, Sir Drop, that's my nigga, man. That's my dog. He pull up every day to the show. Even though he be getting mad, he goes on a tangent. It's all good. I understand why he does what he does.
Sir Drop at least be spitting some gems.
That nigga Sir Drop be dropping. He don't drop gems. He drop boulders.
Damn. Oh, there's an echo.
let me mute up.
Oh, it's probably me. Hold on.
Mute your mic, tell me, man. Who else up here? Dominic, pseudo champion, pseudo ass nigga, Criterion, goober face ass nigga Nigra.
You call me pseudo.
All you niggas
call me pseudo. That's funny.
You pseudo too. All you niggas pseudo. You're right.
You need to know what pseudo is.
Pseudo means fake, baby.
Pseudo is fake.
Look at the definition.
Yep.
So I just taught you something right there.
Right.
You didn't know what it was before that.
I'm not fake.
Yes, you are.
Oh no.
If you got dentures put in, your teeth will be fake.
Well, you know, I got fake teeth or something. No, I don't. Actually, I got my real teeth.
You don't have no teeth.
Exactly. So it's not fake.
So you don't have no teeth. You got all gone.
What's up, Hurricane?
Just about, but you know.
Do me a favor.
Whatever.
Drop the link to your new video.
Come clean my window.
So people can show some love and fucking.
No, I gotta see out sometime.
What does deluge mean?
Man, what's straight about this war over there in Iran, man? I see you got the American soldiers going in, cash is going out, man.
Fuck Israel.
Yeah, they're gonna fight that war to the last American troop.
I know. Fuck Trump too. He's a liar, like a motherfucker. They about to send 50,000 troops over there, I guess.
Where'd you hear that?
But quit listening to it, and then you won't have it.
If you look at the terrain, hold on, man. Fuck all that woke conscious bullshit for right now. Fuck all that. You trying to be on some spiritual? Fuck all that bullshit for right now.
They're gonna
Let's
have
do
to, like you were
reality.
saying, the terrain. They're gonna have to send boots down because they got fucking bases under the mountains.
Under the mountain? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
bro. But you gotta
That's
think they've been wanting to overthrow the Iranian government because you can go back to the 50s, nigga.
Hold on,
Go
I
back to
gotta
the
fix this
1950s.
echo.
Yeah, mute your mic, Tammy. That's your mic.
Let me see. Where's Tammy issues? Oh, but yeah, I guarantee you they you know, because if I ran Iran, I would put fucking military bases under the mountain. I was saying this yesterday because I looked at their terrain. I was like mind blown how many fucking mountains in the desert there is.
It's just like Afghanistan.
Yeah. Then bombs.
But you gotta think, bro. They been wanting. I don't know why people surprised, bro. They been wanting to overthrow the Iranian government since 1978. Because you gotta think, prior to that, the Shah government was in power, and the Shah government was a puppet government for Israel and the United States. So the only thing they doing is regime change, bro. And you got to think they've been having sanctions on goddamn Iran for 40 plus years. Sanctions is an act of war. It weakens a country socially, mentally, economically, and spiritually. So they've been having these sanctions on 40 plus years, bro. So the next phase is military conflict or military intervention. Those are the phases of war. You see what I'm saying? And like you said, they fighting this war on Israel's behalf.
They want to wipe those people out, man. I don't know. Just like in Ukraine, when that Ukraine started, the people that were living in Ukraine have been there hundreds of years, and I think they wiped them out, man. They murdered them.
Man, the United States is on a war path. You gotta think, bro. This superpower, this empire is oil hungry, resource hungry, bro. Is overthrowing Venezuela, but this has been as usual, bro. The United States been overthrowing governments via the CIA and via covert operations, bro. It's been going on. This is nothing new.
I think
It's gonna
they say
continue to
it's
happen.
about resource, but who's the true resources? We are, and the people are.
Man, you think they want a raggedy? You think they want a raggedy ass motherfucker like Tammy Lynn with no teeth in her mouth? She ain't no value.
They're just wiping people out.
Yeah, I agree with that. What do you see? What do you see coming from this, Charles? From this war?
A lot of death and destruction, and fucking a lot of American troops dying.
If you can give a rough
see the purpose, like besides them stealing oil and stuff, but like Trump says they want a new leader. Who the fuck's Trump to tell a country their leader isn't good enough? You know, and then go there, kill the leader, and put a new one in. Now, I think they do that to take control of the country, but
bro, they've been installing you. I told you, bro. The CIA, the United States government has been installing leaders in foreign countries for a very, 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 very long time, bro. Whether they do it covertly, via sanctions, the way they weaken the country, the way they don't have to, intervene militarily, they'll install a puppet government. They did it with Iran in the 50s. They installed the Shah. Who think that came from the United States government in Israel post World War II? They say, hey, we're gonna give y'all a government. Here you go right here. But they're gonna beckon to our call.
Yeah, they did that in the Middle East. And I think Russia too. I remember seeing something about Russia where Putin's wife said that it's not the real Putin. She knows because there's a mark on his body when they would have sex. And she was saying the CIA took out the real Putin and replaced him. So yeah, that is a strong possibility that they've been doing that.
So you said that's what Russia want. You gotta think, bro. Russia has been bogged down. Bro, Russia done lost 1 million plus troops over there in Ukraine, bro. They done lost a lot of their logistics as far as like military hardware. drones, tanks. They been getting their asses whooped in Ukraine.
I just hope fucking Russia or China don't get involved because China is
Nope.
backing Iran and so is Russia.
Yeah, that's what happens. China and Russia will always back these anytime. Bro, listen to me, bro. During the Cold War, you've always had, even here recently, you've always had China and Russia backing proxies going against the West. The same thing, vice versa. But I'm saying, as of right now, Russia can't afford to fight two theaters of war on two fronts right now because they just lost a lot of, they done lost 1 million plus troops over there in Ukraine, bro. They done lost a lot of their military hardware as far as logistics. So they don't have the stomach to fight another major war on another front right now. That they know they can't right now. China's hands are tied.
Russia?
Yes, bro. You don't know that?
Yeah. I don't know. I always thought Russia had a big military, but I don't know.
They do. I'm saying you didn't know that they just lost 1 million troops over there in Ukraine?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, they don't lost 1 million troops. That's a city, bro. That's a metropolitan.
Putin's mad at the U.S. because if the U.S. didn't intervene and help Ukraine, that Jewish guy that's running Ukraine, fucking Ukraine would have been flattened by now.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what happens in war, bro. When Russia invaded Afghanistan in 1978, who do you think gave the Mujahideen weapons, arms, and resources? The United States government, nigga.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's the same. They do the same thing in return, vice versa. That's how war. That's bro. A friend of my friend, an enemy of my enemy is a friend of my is a friend of mine. An enemy, yeah, that's the way they play. That's the art of war. So I'm saying, as far as that shit over there, bro, I'm saying I don't see Russia getting involved no time soon. Just because nigga they been getting their asses whooped over there in Ukraine. They don't lost a lot of human life. They don't lost a lot of their military hardware. But in China's hands are tied.
China's got a huge fucking military, man, and they got a lot of technology too.
Yeah, they got 1 million man, but just because you have 1 million man army, that doesn't mean anything. Saddam Hussein had 1 million man army in back in Operation Desert Storm. But
North Korea sent troops to go fight with the Russians, yo. And North Koreans looked at dusty, yo. They didn't know what to do to fight.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Saddam Hussein had one of the biggest armies in the world. He had 1 million man army, but he didn't stand a chance against America's military, bro, because we technically advanced.
They wanted them out the way. Now it makes sense.
And you gotta think a lot of that equipment that they fight that Iran has, that China has, is old, is outdated equipment, bro. All that shit's old. Iran got Soviet era fucking tanks and missiles and shit like that, bro. All that shit's outdated and old. That's why their military is being decimated the way it is, bro.
I'm shocked. Russia should have a lot of stuff. You know, Russia. I'm shocked that
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? All those old. So when we get rid of old tanks, trying to get rid of old tanks, helicopters, etc. Who do you think they give them to? They give them to the smaller countries, bro. Where do you think all that shit goes?
True, on the black market.
No, they just give it to them. So that's why when America goes to invade these countries, they know they got the upper hand because they know they fighting with old ass, outdated weapons. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Damn, listen, man. You talking about dropping gems, man? Come on, hey, I'm over here edifying niggas over here.
Hurricane said, "A lot of death and no revolution, but they will kill me and throw me in jail for this evil, corrupt government." People are scared.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's not the fact people are scared, bro. People are rocked to sleep, nigga. We pacified here. Nigga, we gonna keep paying. Who wants to overthrow the government? We got colonized, bro. If niggas saying that they Indians, indigenous, white people saying they into whatever they saying they are, nigga, nobody has the stomach for a war against the government, bro. Nobody. It's wishful thinking. And then when you say revolution, let's just say a revolution does happen. We put together a 2 million man army. We come together and we overthrow this tyrannical system, so called. Then what? Who's gonna come to power after that? The mistrust between people is very prevalent. So who will? Nigga, I don't want none of these weird ass niggas in charge of. They be on these panels.
That's a good point.
They just as bad as the government.
That's why they created all this division, man. So it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. You're right. No one trusts nobody. No one can come together. A lot of people are stuck in the past, and just it creates so much division. So no one wants to come together to do anything. You're right, and there's no trust either. And then you're right. Then what? You know, like we got to have a lot of food too. If you're gonna go to war, best believe you're gonna need food, not just weaponry. We got the weaponry. The problem is food. I'm down. I'm always down. But where's the numbers? Who do we got? You know, that's the problem.
Man, bro, I understand what you're saying, bro, because a lot of people do probably want to see the government collapse, but that's a small. I feel like that's a small sector of people that want to
Like me and
they
Hurricane,
want to
and then
overthrow.
what? You know what I mean? Like
You said who?
there's people like me, Hurricane. But we need an army at least.
But it starts on the level we on.
At least 2 million deep.
Before you can cut their head off the snake, you gotta kill the body. So I'm saying we gotta deal with us first. People around us. Everybody not righteous. We got sick, evil motherfuckers around us, bro. So what Pac say in that song? I hate to keep saying this shit because I done said it to you 1,000 times. What Pac say? Before I flee computer chips, I gotta deal with brothers one. I don't see no devils bleeding. Only black
And
blood.
most
Only
of these
black blood
Americans,
dripping.
bro, will tell on us. Most of these Americans will fucking be like,
Bro,
they're right here. They're right
man, so
here.
listen,
Most of
bro.
these fucking.
So what I'm
Most of
saying
these
is,
Americans love the government. They love
man,
the police. They love the government.
man, before I flee, the New World Order, the Illuminati, the Matrix, the so-called evildoers of this world, I gotta deal with people on the level I'm on right now. Then I can cut the head off the snake. I gotta deal with the body first. But they're gonna continue. They're gonna continue to operate with pure immunity. They're gonna continue to go to these islands and do all type of diabolical,
Hell yeah.
nefarious, grotesque shit to little kids. They're gonna continue, being warmongers. They're gonna continue to be in power. I done told you, bro. Throughout this, the people that's really running this world, that's in control of this so-called matrix or fucking illusion, whatever y'all want to call it, they have been in control of this shit for a very long time. They're gonna be in control of this shit long after we dead and gone. You better believe it, bro. And that's not me. That's not me taking no blue pill. That's not being a nigga cipher from the Matrix. That's me being realistic. You see what I'm saying? Niggas, we can decode the Matrix together. Yeah, it's cool. We can see beyond the veil. Yeah, it's cool. But then again, nigga, the motherfucker, but then the man behind the curtain is gonna continue to run the goddamn shit show. And they've been doing it, bro. There's nothing we can do about it. I came to the realization, like, man, I can't say the word, bro. I'm not gonna overthrow this system. I said, whatever evil entity, whether it's a reptilian, a shapeshifter, or just a human being that's running this show, bro, they're gonna continue doing it, bro. And there's nothing we can do about it. I'm just telling you, bro. It's nothing. Nada we can do about it.
A reptilian.
Nada. Nada. Nigga can say that we in the age of whatever it is, the ancestors is gonna work in our favor to overthrow this shit. Shut the fuck up. The universe is gonna work in our favor. Yeah, shut your dumb ass up. Ain't none of that gonna happen. Because if it was gonna happen, would have been happened.
Yeah, I don't know about no universe or none of that.
A lot of these guys talk like that though.
People think stars are solid rocks and that people live on them.
Because they retarded. Man, I'm about to get up out of here. I gotta get back to the crib, man. They going off on my channel. I gotta go back home, bro. I gotta get back over there. I'll holler at you, man.
I was just seeing this video yesterday where the guy was talking about there's reptilians. They see reptilians in the crater of the moon. I started fucking that. That was some good comedy, man. he was saying that people steal children and give them to the Greys, and the Greys give them to the reptilians to eat, and that's why they stay underground. That's the deal they got. Oh, man. Now, I'm not saying these people don't eat children. There's a strong possibility there are sick motherfuckers like that, but who knows what else they do. But I don't think they're no reptile shapeshifters. And if there is, I would love to know how they do that. I need some of that technology where I could shapeshift. I could shapeshift into Ronald McDonald. What's up, JK? But nah, Hurricane's got a point, man. Motherfuckers don't want stuff to change. They like being slaves, you know? It's too people want to live an easy, simple life, and if people want to live an easy, simple life, and if it requires them giving up all of their so-called freedoms, they will. You know, they don't care. You know how many people tell me, Chuck, man, just do what the cop tells you, man. It's so much easier. You know, like they don't care about standing for anything. They'll give up all their morals to just, it's easier to just give up than to fight and stand for something. That's sad to me. You know, they won't even challenge themselves, let alone fucking challenge anything. You know, I avoid cops because I know how I am. Oh, this is the beat right here, Hurricane. I try to send that fucking beat to the email, man. I don't know why it don't, it always says it's too much memory. That shit don't make sense, man. I remember I used to be able to send whatever on the email. That beat's fire, Hurricane. I'm about to put a verse down to it. So that song, I'm gonna finalize it, Hurricane. I don't know if you checked out your verse to make sure you want to leave it like that, but I'm gonna finalize it. You know, I don't know if you want to like go over your verse to make sure everything's good, because Sir Drop said he can't get in there or something. I don't know. So he ended up putting a verse down on another beat. So I don't know, but it sounded dope anyway. You know, what is it? A little longer than 2 minutes long, so it's straight. Or I could add a little bit more, another another few lines or something. I don't know. I'll probably just leave it though, because it'll sound dope the way it is. I'll put it like a little piece at the end. Oh, there already is a piece at the end. That's right. But I don't know. I'll think of something. I got to see how long it is.
Chuck, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was trying to share something after, and I guess you couldn't hear me. You were talking earlier about change, but is not change always occurring? I ask because,
No, change is always occurring, but the problem with it seems is change isn't going in a positive direction. You know, it seems the more these people control it all, to me, it's terrible if they control it all. Because of what they're capable and what they stand for, it's not a good thing. It'll never be good. They pretty much do control it all right now. The food, the water, the electricity, the military, they got it all locked down.
Put aside
To me,
control.
that's scary shit.
Okay. Put aside control. But change is occurring. So we have cell phones. That's a change. We have cars. We've had all this technology. Obviously, there's change. So are people wanting their needs met, or their wants, their lacks? Or are people just being herded into all these different changes? Because obviously, when I'm hearing people talk about war, there's a group of people that are literally emphasizing about doing. You got to give kudos to the people that talk about wars and then they implement it. It might not be favorable for the people that are involved, but action is being done. So if people are looking for positive, the masculine energy, they're the example. I don't see people trying to run away from the system and become farmers and hunters again. And the ones that do, I hats off to them.
Shit, that's what I want to do. But the problem with that is Chuck's poor and broke, and I don't own any land.
True, but you could probably hibernate inside of some sort of forest and give up a lot of your comforts, and then nobody will know that you're there. And you can start
That would
growing
be
food.
awesome.
It would be, but until you do it,
Near a river where I could fish with some trout.
well,
Trout go near.
at that point, you're trying to romanticize all the things that you want, what you lack. If people are going to do whatever they're going to do, talking is a good place to share awareness or how people to be honest with each other and say, I'm not going to do that. And if I am, then why would I be telling my plans out loud? TZ at least said something that was very valid. It's business as usual. It is. War repeats itself. Let's not fool ourselves. All the drone technology is from Russia.
Okay. It's the same shit.
And no, it isn't. That's the thing, Charles. It isn't the same shit. Your thoughts are the same shit. But those things are different. By the way, I was going to say, Russia and China, that technology of drones, that's their tech, by the way. But they're still working for the same corporations. The country wars are a distraction. It's more of a corporate thing. And at the same time, do we just depopulate human beings? Sure, why not? It takes so much effort to maintain them. At least they're doing their part by maintaining the system, regardless if we agree with it or not. That's where people have to leave at the door. They're agreeing or disagreeing. Play a gentleman game. You're not worried about the outcome. So in this particular case, people are being presented to certain things because that's what they're feeding you, and then you're getting all upset about it. Okay, we're getting upset about what? That the American are foot soldiers in a war? Same with if you start talking about Korean foot soldiers or Russian foot soldiers. The fact that you can condition people to go to war, that's power. The fact that you can convince people that wars are good or bad, that's power. That is a mental game that they're playing on us. And if you're not sure about it, just think about the language you're using. There's another power. People think power is money. No, you have to convince people to trade that back and forth with each other. That's power, as they change it to a digital system. By the way, as we're doing all of this technology change, we're going to distract people, the masses, with wars or rumors of wars. Nobody here on panel can prove if those wars exist or not, unless they're just going to say, well, it's documented. What, on YouTube? Was it documented on the TV, the radio, in a book? And how does it serve to know that information? That is why when people openly talk about this stuff, they're thinking, yeah, we've got them. They're going to sing about it. They're going to do poetry about, war's not good for us. But meanwhile, is it really not good for us? When people benefit from wars, foot soldiers, the GDP is based on, people that die and they have to ship them through coffins as they're smuggling drugs through those same coffins. Like those guys that are going, good picture by the way, Charles, the guys that are going through underneath the hat there, that's power. And then somebody on the other side building those coffins to bury them, that's power. The fact that we think it's going to change,
That's
from
power. Shit. These politicians are soft cowards.
Those people that are in those positions, Charles, are selected. You said earlier you couldn't send people to war. That's why you're not in that position. You would have to work your way up the rank before they even think about you putting in
They're
any
not
of
a
those.
piece of shit. You know, it takes a piece of shit to do what they're doing.
That may be true. I'm with you. They could be pieces of shit, but how many people work
You
for
gotta
them?
be a heartless, numb piece of shit.
Maybe, but I'm pretty sure if people got to see how some of those pieces of shit live, they would think, they got $1 billion boat, they got nice houses and all that. Now, you might turn around and say, Charles, and say, Dominic, I don't care about that stuff. I said, you're right. You don't care, but you're not the voices of the masses. The voices of the masses would say, you know something? If I could have a piece of that, what would it take for me to do that? I got some songs I want to promote. No problem. Charles, come on over here. You know, it's different when people like to talk about the elites, but once they turn their attention to you, you're not going to be able to run around on YouTube and talk about this shit. I'm going under the premise we're insignificant to them. And that's good to be that way. Because if you're going to be under their radar, yeah, you'll be in the inner circle. That's the sacrificing circle, by the way, Charles. These wars are fought because people have been conditioned from childhood that America's the best country in the world or Canada's the best country and I need to defend it. They're not even using their critical thinking to realize, how can I defend it when I'm somewhere else? Unless somebody tells them it's a corporate war.
That's that, damn, a sergeant I was watching yesterday. It sucks that most of these soldiers don't realize it till after they're already fucking knee deep in it. But
well, even the masses, Charles, we lived this through. About 5-6 years ago, COVID. They shut the world economy down and revealed everything that they fucking own. And for now, people think that they're warring again. Come on, they're telling you this is all orchestrated. People are dying. I'm not here to tell you that people aren't dying. But it's orchestrated. You can't shut down the world economy where you give people the premise that all the countries don't like each other, but yet they can do that, and then at the same time start all over again. Yeah, we're going to have gang wars again.
It makes me want to kill them when I see shit like that. I think
who would you kill?
I don't know. I'm still working on that.
You know how many slaves would actually defend their masters? That's
yeah,
the whole ideal of a foot soldier.
They're fucking retarded.
Well, it could be a problem, or you'll realize quietly what you're up against. You have to know how the beast really works before you start cutting off heads and tails.
Slave master guys.
Well, but I don't think most of us would admit that they're a slave, as we're chasing money to fulfill some of our needs and our wants. From the outside looking in,
a slave that don't know they're a slave, dangerous.
Yeah, it usually takes a couple of generations later to look back at a previous generation and say, fuck, they didn't even know they were slaves.
I'm a slave.
Sure we are.
I can't just get up and fucking go where I want and do what I want for the most part.
You can, but most people are a slave to their comforts, Charles. Anybody at any moment can walk away from their shit. Anybody. But most of us choose not to, and we make excuses for why we can't. You don't have to live in an apartment that you're paying $2,000 a month. You don't have to, but you love your comforts.
I was thinking about that this morning. Believe it or not, I was thinking about the homeless people and how a lot of them are homeless purposely because...
Maybe. They might have it right. We're too busy thinking they're homeless. I said, yeah, but maybe we should turn...
balls.
Yeah, maybe we should turn...
I was thinking, I don't know if I could do it, you know? Yeah, the way they sleep in the cold and shit. I was like,
now you're being honest with yourself. There you go. There's 101 honesty, where some of them will say, listen, because I've traveled. I've traveled in a car. I've met people that say, Dom, yeah, I migrate.
I was homeless. It's tough.
But people...
It was tough.
You know, it'll be like releasing a slave from a city, and meanwhile they're all hovering outside of the city to want to come back in. You see, the thing
not only do you got to worry about where to sleep, you got to worry about what you're going to eat.
Yeah.
And then I had no friends that wanted to help me. All my family was dead, so it was just me, man.
But once
I figured it out, but
once you leave that, Charles, the only person that's ever going to help you is you. The fact that you want other
Right.
people to still help you, you're still wanting that slave mentality. To be a sovereign being, it sounds nice in theory. I don't mind talking about it. But for somebody to say, Dom, but are you a sovereign being? Not even
That's all
fucking
you got
close.
in life is yourself, man. It's a guarantee.
Yeah. Most of us, if not all of us, living in civilizations are dependent.
Well, at least that's
Interdependent.
all I have. Is me. That's it. I don't have no
But
family, and I pretty much have no more friends. I don't consider all the people I thought were my friends that I grew up with. I realized the other day they're not no friends. They don't even call me to say what up.
well, it depends how
They're
you
supposed to
interpret
be
family.
brothers.
If you're paying somebody
Uh,
money for renting, that's a family. It's just a kinky kind of family. You know, if you're living by yourself, Charles, I'm with you. But if you're living under somebody else's roof, you're not living by yourself. You might be alone, but you're still paying under the system. That's the system that most people never want to challenge. All their comforts. You know, some people might turn around and say, "Yeah, but I don't have a car." But you use a bus, don't you? Sure you do. You have a scooter, right? Well, not really, but you have a bike, right? Sure you do. Did you create any of those technology? Not really. So at this
If
point, sorry, Charles, at this point, those wars are fought for corporation stuff. The same corporation that brings everybody that bitches or complains or follows it their stuff. You don't agree with the GMO in the food? Take your chance out in nature. You don't
change your
agree?
diet, that's all.
Yeah, you should. Mentally, emotionally, and a physical diet.
That's what
But
I'm doing.
good for you, by the way, Charles. But at the same time, you might come up against some walls and realize that's a big wall to leap over. What do you mean? I can't just become independent by myself living in civilization. You can be delusional about it, but the fact that we talk about countries tells us we've been programmed. If we are literally a human race, then the crime on humanity is not just about wars. It's about the mental distortion that we do to each other. You know,
People
the
don't
guy that
realize they're the power.
what's that?
They convince themselves that there's nothing they can do, and they're not the power. You know, they automatically think that these people that are so-called in control are the power, and there's nothing that they can do. They convince themselves that they defeat themselves already. So
I,
that's part of the psychological war.
yes, it is. It's a mental war. So if a person tries to convince me that you don't want to play with fiat currency, I say, yeah. Let's say I don't. Let's say I own my own power. But yet he said, yeah, but you still have to socialize with everybody else, right? Yes. So at that point, I just can't go to Home Depot. I can't go to a grocery store and say, listen, I just want to barter my service. Well, how did you get your service? Well, I went to school to learn how to become an electrician. And what did you use for a means of trade? Money. See, that's the thing. Most people don't realize we give up our power. So it's not as though they're taking it from us. We give it up on a regular basis. And talking about wars is just another distraction because the war that's really going on is within one's own brain. And most of us have been, given tools that are weak. Worrying about the color of their skin, their genders, what kind of classification they're going to be. Am I blue collar? Am I white collar? Am I untouchable? If you're going to study all the different classes of the world.
A lot of people are stuck in the past too.
Sure
they didn't even live during some of these times, and they're just stuck.
Yeah, and they're nihilists. No different people
with
that
ideology.
Yeah, and then there's other people that think about, imagination of the future. Those are woo-woo folks. You can live in the moment and be observing. It's okay, so that's interesting. So you're telling me in the past certain people were mistreated? Okay, so how does it serve today, for example? Because those are past stories. We can learn something from that. But for a lot of folks, they want to use it as trauma. No different. In some future, there's a place called heaven and hell. There could be. You should be able to ask questions. Anybody here been there? Well, not really. Anybody been to the moon or the sun? Not really. So how would we know what it's made out of? Cheese?
Those are past stories, but in some instances, they are future stories. Right?
Oh yeah, it'll repeat itself, Naga. Oh, for sure. We keep it alive. Sure, it'll repeat itself. If I keep thinking about how I played hoops over and over again, those stories are going to stay alive. Literally, the physical part, no, I've aged. I don't do that anymore. But the stories will stay alive as long as I keep it alive.
Yeah.
So once again, the mental and the emotions keep on constantly changing. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was looking for this thing here. JK had said something. I can't find his thing. Damn it.
Charles, what I get out of this is if we had a brother and he joined a cult, how would we try to help him become aware that he's in a cult? Same reason why he got into it is the same reason he's getting out. He has his own agenda or his own intent. Outside of that, that'll be like talking to the masses. I don't mind talking to the few, but the masses, you just have to go on a highway to see what people, where people are driving. Go in the mall, just go to a sporting game and see how people behave. You'll realize that's the masses. The elites pay a lot of money, a lot of resources to pay people that understand psychology to keep the masses manipulated. No different, the concept of gold. It's always funny when I hear people say, oh yeah, gold's gone up in price. No, it hasn't. The money that they base it on is revealing that the money's useless. If the currency right now in fiat currency went to like $10,000 to one gold nugget or whatever, it just tells me the American currency is crashed. But people in their twisted little brain thinking, well, that element is valuable more. I said, based on what? On a twig that I have no use for? On a piece of paper that's useless? That's the game that gets played on us on a regular basis. I know some people don't like hearing the word play or game, but I got to use words to describe it for me so it resonates with me, where other people think it's life, it's reality. Okay, what is reality? The material part? Because what most people talk about when they're talking about memory, they're not talking about the reality, the material part anymore. They're talking about thoughts or memories. So how does that memory of a past moment serve in this moment? Especially if you're not going to apply it physically. Then it must be an emotional thing then.
Yeah. Emotions is valid. Is unprocessed emotion, right? Is unvalid, right? Because it's not processed. It's not processed. To weigh it in, right? To determine, uh, you know, if it's tangible or not, right? If it's connected to a real thought or not, right? Because we could think about anything, right? But not all these things are tangible.
True. I'm with you
So
now.
it's the same thing with your emotions. So real emotion, tied, to a thought. For example, you could just think, uh, about, your woman and you feel a certain way. But because that thought, of your woman is real because you do woman. So you feel once you process, the way you feel, that emotion is valid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't have a woman, now that emotion is invalid.
I think that's why, I've always enjoyed Christ consciousness. And that's usually more not, it's less about the body, even though you're encased in it, but it's more about developing your intellect and your emotions. For a lot of people, from what I get, including myself, I show it every so often, where I'm not developed emotionally. Because if I'm truly developed in that moment, nobody can trigger me one way or another. It is what it is. And same with the intellectual. A person that has to justify their intellect is not fully developed. You know what I mean? You don't need to defend or attack the truth if it does exist. Same with a lie. A lie doesn't need to be defended or attacked. It just is what it is. The responsibility for somebody inwards is to make discernment, to know the difference. To judge it, how does it serve? Is it a gotcha moment? So when a person says somebody's lying, I said, are you sure you're not lying? What do you mean? Why are you calling me out on a story that I'm telling you? Same with if it's the truth.
So in my mind, there is nobody to trigger me because I'm the only one, right? So to me, or you're a nobody to me, Charles, Yahweh, my dad, uh, whoever I could name, right? They are nobody to me, right? So I'm the only one, the real one. So To me, it's like if that's my reality, there is no one to trick.
Hmm.
I can
Well,
only trigger myself.
that's where Christ consciousness comes in, the lower triangle, where you realize when you're in a conscious state, you're not out there. You're always inside. That's why the terms like you buy into it opposed to selling out. Now, there's the upper triangle. This is where they get the Star of David kind of ideal, where the two different realms are merging together. But unfortunately, for most people, they're living in the lower triangle of the mental, emotional, and physical. And usually the mental and the body and the emotions at the bottom of the triangle, and the mental's at the top. Hence, mind over body, over matter. Sorry, over matter, because we're in the mind. We've come here to grow and develop. Now, for a lot of folks, this is woo-woo for them, or this is weird stuff. I said, no problem. You revealed this is of no importance to you. You're not ready yet. For the rest of them, because most people aren't even ready to understand the physical world that they're in. How many people are going to remember, how to graze an animal or plant seeds? Forget about the fact that they're going to teach them how to plant a seed, but do you know the signs in the skies that will aid all of that? What effects does the moon and the sun, serve? But then, yet people will complain about military where they have scientists. They actually use that information still. They understand when they're doing currency shifts. So when this is shared out loud, whether it's coming from you, Nago, Yahweh, me, or Charles, it's our job is just to hear and witness that those people aren't ready. Or maybe I'm not even ready. That's why I'm actually talking out loud. But for a lot of people, it's more of an evil existence, a material existence. So once they start showing you people killing each other, it's reinforcing and anchoring a person thinking, you are the body then, opposed to you should be nobody or somebody, whatever body it is, I guess. Because we do have different layers of bodies, even though some people don't want to hear that. I said, well, then change the channel. You don't like country? Change the channel. You don't like rap? Change the channel. But usually people that want to promote their wares. I said, okay, so allow other people to say, okay, that's interesting. That's why I emphasize the beginner's mind. Okay, can we truly put aside all their conditionings so you can at least take in other types of information? But unfortunately, most people don't realize they've been sold ideals. So they figure everybody that's talking, or some people that are talking, are trying to sell them something.
Yeah,
Even
that's
when I talk, or you talk now.
Yeah, it's no denying that. I do feel like most people do have, a different level of consciousness, and I do try to talk, you know, only to them, because when I come here, I don't really try to talk to Charles or try to talk to you. I might use, what I tell myself you say, in order to, reach the most, right? Which is like the most, that atmosphere, right? Atmospheric, part of me, right? So yeah,
Yeah, more times than not, we're just talking about it. Sometimes our emotions, for me, I can only speak for me, my emotions might get caught up, but it's just revealing. I'm not fully developed. I choose to engage in conversations. I'm a butterfly that way. And I know usually in a private setting, most of my buddies, I said, listen, look at me in the face. What do you mean? You're seeing a smile on my face, right? You know this is not like serious stuff or silly stuff. I might be sincere. Like, again, body language plays a major role. You know when a person's, they're just playing with you a little bit to see whether or not you fully believe or you know whatever they're talking about. But
no, that's true. I realized that, a long time ago, probably 2 years ago, I realized that. It probably took me a long time to work on that. But I realized that, the problem was never, even me, had a back and forth with somebody, even when I do it, it's never them being a problem, but it's me. Because I'm really talking to myself. I'm really clarifying, right? Putting these programs into my subconscious so I can automatically think that way. And it just, like I said, since it's me, in reality, it's just that, like, I'm looking at the internet, it's me being in my mind, talking to myself for real, for real. So these things be happening, like, even if I'm not on the internet. I'm probably writing something or doing something, and I'll have a thought, and we be going back and forth, me and the thought, until we find the realm, or we just both thought, just left alone, and it's just a new thought.
That when you have that revelation where, you really ponder things and say, something. What is the whole ideal of a Russian doll? The doll within the doll. Well, I'm in the suit, so I think, and therefore I go in the shower. No, I'm still in the suit. I'm in a car. No, I'm still in the suit. I'm never out there. So my wife, my mother, they're not in here. Those are just images I see, and I've associated by calling somebody my mother. So now my emotion gets attached to it. I love my mother. I love my wife. But then why can't I love a rock? Because I can if I want to at that point. But people say, well, that's different. Well, everything's different at that point. This is why when people know thyself, I'm just talking out loud. When people, they use the concept of know thyself. That's a great start, because after know thyself, you realize there's the observer of the self. And then there's the being observed. And then you realize you're in a material world. You're living in an objective realm, and we're classifying everything. Okay, I'll call that a rock, a shiny black rock. I'll call that a tree. I'm like, okay, but where are the thoughts now? Because I'm literally describing things. Now, some people say, but that's a rock. I say, well, then explain to that person that says it in Latin, or they say it in Mandarin, or somebody draws a picture, and then all of a sudden you start associating to what you think is a rock. That's conditioning at that point.
Yeah, that's what I call the state of existence. I call it the state of existence. You're just existing, but the state of living, right, is when I look at it, as my wife, right. Once I look at the very thing, right, that's observing me as my wife, right. So now we can create something, right. Now
I'm
we
with you.
can now me and my wife we can talk out. We can say, all right, let's make a son in our own image. Let's have a daughter in our own image. Let's build a house so we can live in.
The
Cause
thing
you
is,
are
we're usually reproducing this the vessel. I like the ideal of image. Image, again, when we talk about thoughts. I remember I've had a conversation years ago, Naga, where I'll be having a conversation with a bunch of women, and I'm getting this funny impression of them, and I realize, oh, fuck. They're looking at my suit. They're already making an assumption because I'm a male, or I'm in a male suit. They're not really listening to the message. You know what I mean? This is where, when a person becomes aware of, do critical deduction. I'm not the color of my skin. I'm not a male, but I have to classify myself as a male. This is why when people talk about people classifying themselves as transhumanism or same sex, I said, aren't we doing that when we say we're a male or a female? Or I'm a dark-skinned man or a light-skinned man? It's always fun when I hear people talk about black and white. I'm like, so how do we designate a human that says he's black and a phone that's black? I've seen a Nigerian. They're not black. Very dark-skinned. I've had a couple buddies. They're Barbados. I can. Guess who's dark-skinned today? Tom. But again, I get the classification. But when people start talking that way, you're. I use the word sleeper. They're sleeping. They're repeating words that they hear, but they never question it. What does it mean when somebody says, "I'm being honest"? Okay, what were you doing before that? I'm trying to get clarity when I'm hearing other people, because that's all I can do. I can only hear other people. Outside of me, pushing another person's body, then now I'm violating them. Unless I get permission. Do you mind if I, box with you? Okay, well, we're giving each other permission. Do you mind if we josh with each other verbally? Yeah, okay. But usually what people do is they play this game, but they don't inform other people. That's why I like to talk generalities, because I get it. Most people, if not, that's overgeneralizing, my apologies. Some people, it's always about them, which is valid, but are they developed when it's about them? Are they going to consider Naga and Dominic or Yahweh or Charles or whoever? Like, are we considering the role that a guy like Donald Trump has to play? Or are people just caught up in their feelers by saying, I don't like it? I said, okay, but you really don't know how it's played then. It's like watching sports. Are people really going to try to understand what an athlete has to do if they get injured? Or are people only concerned about my team won or my team lost? Like as though it's their team, like they're paying them or not. That's what we're up against, guys. I'm not saying that you, Naga, but for people that want to make a change. That's what we're up against. We got people that will actually do like the wave at a sports academy, or they'll actually kill a referee because he makes a bad call in a soccer game that doesn't favor the fans. Like, that's what we're up against. You know, at that point, it's almost insignificant to be concerned about a military that has 1 million strong, because you've convinced 1 million people to think as one. I got to defend my country. Okay, you're defending your country. Okay, where's your country again, by the way? Oh, it's in Canada. So why are you over here in America?
They'll defend the country, but they won't defend their family.
Well,
that's backwards.
I guess the thing is, Charles, what is really most people's family? The loved ones or the money that they're chasing?
Now they worship the money.
A lot of us, some people do worship the money. Some people just realize the necessity of it. I can't just go around and steal that car.
Yeah, that's where I'm at pretty much.
It's a tough plight to be in, Charles. No different. It's probably a tough plight if all of a sudden you're a billionaire and you got a lot of bills to pay and you don't have that kind of money coming in. Other people say, yeah, but you're still a billionaire. I said, yeah, but I got bills to pay. It's just a bunch of different zeros.
Hey, Hurricane, I sent the link just so you could check it out. To make sure you want to add some ad libs or anything. I'm gonna just finalize it. And then I just checked out Sir Drop verses on 2 other things. Damn, you know what, Hurricane? I found it. There's 2 fucking verses I have of yours. I had found another track that I completely forgot about. You put a verse down on it. And the beat was terrible. When I heard it, I said, damn, because when I'm listening to you flow, the verse is fire, but I could tell you didn't like the beat. The way it's almost like, I don't know, I could just tell you weren't feeling the beat, but you still put a verse on anyway. Hurricane would put a verse down on anything. That's the type of artist he is, and I respect it. Me too. I'll probably put a verse on a techno beat. I could flow to anything, a fucking hippie banjo if I had to, but you know, people should definitely. Yeah, I got 2 of your pages on the thing. I sent them to both, so I don't know which one's which, but because you had your ad libs, and I remember I sent you the link, and you went in there, and your ad libs are gone except for a couple at the end of your verse, and I was like, damn, did he do that on purpose, or I'm thinking, did you even realize you did that, or I don't know if you did that on purpose. That's why I want you to go check it out, because you had ad libs. And I like the way you layer your verse too, man. I noticed that there's spaces in your verses. Like I could see that when you put your verse, you don't do it all at once. You do it in sections. Like I was seeing that, and I wanted to do that, but I brought it up to Sir Drop. I said, man, it would be dope to go line for line, but Sir Drop was like, it'll take up mad memory. I'm gonna try it one day. You know, I think it would sound dope to do it that way. Hold on, let me get the link. I'll just put the link here. And then I could just erase it after you grab the link. Hold on. Oh, okay. You do it at once and you cut it. Oh, shit. I didn't think of that. Because I was thinking, too, when I rhyme, too, I was thinking to myself, if I fuck up, I could just catch the beat down the road and do that. You know, cut it and then piece it back in and it'll still sound. But, I got this beat that I made. It's called Warrior's Drum. I'm about to lay a verse down to it. I'm gonna I don't know what I'm gonna title it. maybe revolutionary, but that song you dropped, I heard it this morning, I think. That shit's fire. Forgot the fucking name of it. I shared it though. If people want to hear it, you could go to Hurricanes and listen to it, or it's on my I don't know what to call that, my page, whatever the fuck that thing's part is called. What was the name of that song? You just fucking the DJ Graves beat. Is that the beat he put down that was like a 3-6 Mafia beat? He put that out, I think, yesterday. And I was like, damn, that shit's fire. We ain't scared yet. Yeah, let me grab that link. And then I'll just throw it there.
Red light, Yahweh. Naga Jew. Red light.
Yeah, I'm back. I was making coffee. Great light, everyone. But Dom, how can I find out what you're talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about either now.
What?
Hey, Yahweh.
So yeah, no, I was being sincere.
You a little low, Naga.
Yeah, that true zone be turning my stuff down. What about now?
Yeah, definitely.
No, I was being. Oh man, never mind.
You're being funny. I enjoy. That's how I perceived it. That's how I perceived it anyway.
Yeah, you never know when the wolf is there when you cry wolf. But yeah.
In the process, as long as it makes sense to me or it resonates with me, I'm the only one that's ever actually been able to comprehend it. Outside of that, I'm just noise in the air.
Okay. Do y'all know that most non-English people are not from England?
For sure. Yep. I'm one of them. I ain't
Hmm.
from England.
So it's like even though your dog don't maybe know what Rover mean, long as he move like he do, I guess it's okay. I guess.
I think Yahweh, all languages we use are a construct. So regardless of what form it's spoken out of, because that would open up another question: are we literally the origin of the vessel where it gets birth? Like is somebody African because they were they look a certain way like Africans, but meanwhile they were born in Denmark? Again, that's the doll within the doll. The language we speak is one. The vessels that we in is another one. Again, that's just me talking out loud. Where other people, that's of no interest to them. They just speak the language that's native to their surroundings. And most of our language we're picking up in the unknown more than the known. It's like when you go to another country, you start having an accent. Some people have the ability that they can actually start having an accent. You talk like a British person with an accent, or a
Yeah.
Jamaican person with an accent.
But
Well, in the state that I'm speaking of, which is God, not America. You know, I've always been. It's not like I was born. Like the
I
world.
almost had a fucking stroke. Yeah, I went to the thing hurricane and fucking it said it said the song don't exist. What? I almost had a heart attack, but I found I fixed it. Oh my god. BandLab be fucking playing too much. Alright, here's the link. I hope this shit works.
Yeah. In the state, in the United States of, we've always been here.
See if that link works, Hurricane.
So why people that's non-English, they speak English, they like it's valid?
You got the link, Hurricane?
What? Why is it treated like it's valid English? Like a person own a parrot, I meant, and the parrot say, "I'll pay your rent." Like, why the parrot not held um held up for that to stick to their word? Because he got a bird brain.
Well, English, Yahweh has a frequency or tonality to it. It's more of a meaningful thing. So you can use many words, like when we use the word con or dis or the many REs. It's more of a meaningful language. Other languages have different kinds of frequency, like Sanskrit is more of a healing language. Greek, I've said before, is more of a comprehension language. That's why when people used to philosophize with that language, it would be better for comprehension.
Yeah, this is why people know what a lot of things mean because they don't know what action to take, right? In order to get there to the meaning, right? Because most language, they are action based language. Each word describe an action, right? Not defining a meaning, right?
So true, Naga. Yep, very true.
Still though, if y'all know that non-English people are not from England, why are they held accountable for what they say?
If you have time, Dom, watch this interview right here. I put it in the back. Nicholas Irving. That's the name. I couldn't think of it.
Thanks, Charles. I'll click it right now.
Why people take what they say is CNN
Sign in. What the
accurate?
fuck, BandLab? I gotta clean out my BandLab too, man. I gotta There's a couple songs I want to revise though. Um, like that's my other song I play. I want to take my ad libs out and just leave it normal. Um, Man, Sir Drop put a fucking fire ass verse. See, even Drop said he couldn't get into the song either, man. Like, what the fuck, BandLab? If he would have put that verse on that track, it would have been fire. But he put the verse. You know the. Oh, hold on. Let me get that link.
Yes, it ain't no answer. People call me Yahweh. I didn't tell no one to call me Yahweh. My name is Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I was thinking to myself yesterday, people call, their avatar in their YouTube Naga, but they think it, that's my name, and they're going around and say, oh, you call yourself Naga, you call yourself Naga. I'm like, no, that's what you call the I, you know, in your YouTube app.
Hmm. It's like they begging to be controlled. To me, like I might not know what it means, what I'm saying to you, but I say it to you just to catch you up.
Yeah, I have a dog. I know exactly what you mean. They got the leash and wagging the tail, ready
Hey,
for
right?
it.
When I see that person, man, what I do to them? See what I mean? Another person that needs controlling. All right. See, I don't even know what I'm saying. I think I do.
Always wagging the tail. I call the monkey. Always trying to drag somebody back.
What the fuck,
That's why I say evolution is real.
bro?
Yeah.
Not this stuff.
Oh, they were talking about.
God,
Okay.
dude.
I don't know.
Yeah, uh, Jesus, Zone came by earlier, uh, looking for,
Yeah, they were talking about
but he left.
world of tanks and stuff. And I
Yeah,
was on
he
the
came
phone
by,
with that. I heard him talking about the world of tanks and all that stuff, and yeah, Cold Wars and stuff.
yeah.
Um, yeah, like that. Like that's a parrot to me, and that parrot was talking all this stuff about Cold Wars and stuff, and people be taking it like it's genuine information. I guess I don't know.
It's edification, right? Education, edification.
Mm.
Hey, nah.
Cause when I think about Russia, I see postcards and TV screens. He called my TV Russia. Oh my goodness, man.
Fuck.
Like if you don't have this made up imagination, you consider weird or something. Like,
That's a fact.
it's not Russia. It's a video of Russia. Okay, I think I kind of agree.
Yeah, I'm already I already I sent it to that account, Hurricane. That's weird. It took me a
No,
minute, but I hit
it's
that
not.
link and then I had to sign in, even though I was already in the app. But yeah, I sent it to that account. I'm already following that account.
Oh no, man.
I don't know. I'll
Hey,
try
Charles.
it again.
Hey, Charles,
Yo,
have you ever been to the United States of God?
what?
Have you ever been to the United States of God? You gotta go there, bro.
I think he dropped out.
Oh. Yeah, man, it's a nice place. Well, it's a, you know, it's a lovely place. Oh, so somebody was, I guess showing you Russia.
Say that again.
Somebody was showing you Russia. On true on Jesus zone platform over there.
When Jesus Zone came back, I heard him talking about the world of tanks or something. That's a video game I played before. So,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
yeah. With foreign countries is always a television. It's a television first, ain't it? I don't know.
Yeah, it telling you lies first. Before anything, it's telling you a lie. And this the first thing we go to. We go to every day. We wake up and then we're wondering why they lying to us. I mean, well, how you keep going to the lie,
Exactly.
right? We keep turning the lie on every day, right? We want to
Yeah.
know what's going on. What lie they telling us today?
Yeah, it looked like playing house or tea time or something.
Yeah,
Imaginary friends, imaginary countries.
if anything, you know, this motherfucker is telling you a lie.
Carly, you don't act. You're not acting right. You don't act right. Like to me, they always talk about it's an act. Why you act that way? Or you're not acting right.
Yeah,
Or
or
you're
the act, or this the 1778 Act,
yeah.
the Muslim Act, the
You're not playing tea time right. Like why you gotta realize ain't no tea in the cup? Like, there ain't no tea in the cup though, man. Like,
yeah, you know that empty cup.
this stuff is amazing, man. Everyone seems to be falling for it or acting for it or whatever.
Acting a fool. Hmm? Man, this is the greatest act ever.
Yeah, the Tower of Babel. He say hey, I can't get the wording right. They seek to do everything of their imagination when they was building the tower.
Hmm.
Yeah, playing tea time, like imagining countries exist that you never seen a day in your life.
That's what happened when you lean to your own understanding.
That's right.
Peace the Marsh and me. Anyone else? What comment? Someone said, can you delete that other comment? I don't know. What comment? Yeah, Yahweh said he never told no one to call him Yahweh. I think I started calling you Yahweh because that was your name on the thing.
Mm. Yeah, well, on my tell I say one all the time.
Why
Yeah,
you
I'm the
say that
seventh.
about Sidra?
Who the other person? Me.
No, yeah, someone in the chat said Sidra.
Listen,
Shit,
I call
shit,
him
me.
Yahweh because that's the real Yahweh. Now let me stop. I call him Yahweh because
Yesterday I seen that short you put out, Yahweh. You said, monkey want a banana? I fucking was dying, yo.
I call him Yahweh because that's the name that's on my YouTube icon, right? So when I look into my phone and I look at my YouTube icon and I see, Yahweh. So I'm like, yeah, Yahweh. But I didn't knew his name is wrong. He told me so.
um,
And I call him also, that to make people more mad, you because people will be mad, sad, right? And yeah, I'm gonna go to God for you, right? You think you could talk to me crazy? I'm gonna go call Yahweh for you. I'm gonna go to God. I know God for real. They be like, man, look at this pseudo ass nigga. He following Yahweh. Yahweh is his leader. I'm like, yep.
Who's sucking cock? I don't know.
Oh,
I'm from the fucking planet.
that was a hard pause.
I came from the Orion Belt. That's where I came from.
Who? Ryan Garcia?
I
he said,
don't
"Come, let
know
us
that.
go down and confuse their
I don't know a
language,
white
so we will
person.
not understand each other." That's what.
I'm more red, if anything. Last time I checked, people would be like, "But you're white, Chuck." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? If I was white, I think I'd be dead.
You always say that y'all keep pretending like y'all understand each other.
Say that again.
We keep pretending like we understand each other.
Yeah. How can they say there is no God? Like how? When you're the only one thinking.
Yeah.
Only a fool would say there is no God. That's in the scripture, that is.
Yeah, that's why I say everybody acting a fool. This is the greatest act ever.
I want someone to prove to me that the scriptures are from God. That's what I want
I
someone to
can't prove.
prove. Last time
I
I
can't
checked,
prove to
man
you,
wrote that book.
but I can prove to myself. I'm the only one that can see the Bible. I'm the only one. So everything was written for me. Period.
Charles, what you're asking, Charles, it's like saying that
It was
I
written
want
for you or King James.
Charles. What you're asking, you basically saying you want somebody to prove to you that you're actually looking at this video right now. That's what you basically, and can't nobody really prove that to you because you're watching it through your own eyes, right? You watching that video through your own eyes. So can't nobody prove it to you that you're watching it. You can only prove that to yourself. And it's the same thing as reading the Bible and proving God. You can only do that to yourself. When you look in the Bible, you don't see God in there, right? With your own eyes. You look in there with your own eyes. You don't see God in there. So how can somebody else prove to you, God is
People
in?
need to read the book, man,
No,
about
bro.
the 15 Jesuses.
No, bro. It's impossible because you didn't use nobody else's eyes, right? To realize that God was in there. You used your own eyes. I understand at some point that you probably believe the pastors, you probably believe your parents, but that was when you was young. At some point, I'm thinking that you use your own eyes, to look for yourself. So if you couldn't find it with your own eyes, can't nobody, prove that to you, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Anyway,
Well,
religions, when I talk to whoever I talk to as personal, I don't need to do shit in public or in no church or in no book. Um, before I knew what a Bible was, I knew what right and wrong was. I don't need a book to tell me right and wrong, even though in that book there's some good stuff, but it's a book that man wrote.
I think when you read something or you hear people talking,
It's been rewritten so many times, and stuff's been taken out and replaced. The
You
very
know,
people that killed Jesus wrote that book.
you know why you say that,
How does
Charles?
that make
Because
sense?
it's because back. You know why you say that? It's because back in the day, buying a bull, you literally have to go to a man. But today you can go to a supermarket, right? So that's why you feel like the Bible was written by a man, right? Because back in the day, you had to go to a man to buy a bull.
the Bible was written before the Roman Empire.
Revelations is the plan that they're playing out. They literally are telling you their plan in Revelations. You
I
No,
know.
guess
man, I think they're telling you that they buying a bull. Like
So if I say next Friday I'm gonna hit a home run with the baseball bat, and next Friday I hit a home run, did I predict the future?
I'm talking Black Wall. I mean, I'm talking about Wall Street, right?
Next Friday, something it'll be known.
I guess, guys, as I'm hearing you guys, it's pretty easy to say whether a person believes in a God or doesn't believe in a God. The proof is in each individual. Like
I don't
I
need
could,
Jesus to love me. That's what people are telling me in the chat, that I need Jesus to love me.
sure, sure,
You do.
sure. I guess love is
And,
love,
and
regardless
by
if.
the way, he loves you, bro.
Okay. Again, if you take to heart the written work, whether it's Muhammad or Jesus, all the power to you. but it's a more of a belief because we can look at the sun and the moon and say, okay, we know it's not human origin. So at that point, you have to have faith in something, whether or not it's a god, an alien, a reptilian, whatever. So it's more of a fool's game to say whether I believe or don't believe in a god. Because if you truly do value that or you know of it, why would you be speaking out loud about it? That's where people that are churchgoers, Christians, or atheists, they feel as though they need to cult up with each other. Because if they truly are secure with themselves, we're just sharing out loud. Like
I
I'm not
talk
going
to the higher self every day, all day.
Yeah, and again, that's your
Whatever
view,
that
Charles.
might be, I have the best relationship with the higher source.
Yeah, at least you know it's consistent. At least you know you can always turn there. You don't have to go to some man-made structure. But if people need a man-made structure, such as a church or a synagogue or a temple to go to, all the power to them. There's an old saying, live and let live. Now, that's a tough one to sell on the animals, but for the humans, hear each other out. Okay, you believe in a God. That's nice. If I wanted clarity, I might ask them, okay, how can you prove that for yourself? Not for me, because whether it serves me or not.
In these things, like I'm not English.
I was talking about God through an English language. Yes, Yahweh. I get what you're saying, but sometimes we have to deviate a little bit, and it's almost a given that we're using English, and it's a meaningful language. If not, then go ahead.
I think you know that I'm not English. I probably don't know what the heck I'm talking about. I'm mocking others. I'm acting like I'm saying something.
Are you looking for validation for what you just said?
No, I'm just thinking y'all know that though. Like,
okay, good enough.
Yeah.
So whether or not I'm here,
like a lot of things I say is taken is, I guess, like I'm genuinely saying it. I guess when I'm not even English in the first place.
Okay.
And
is there another language? Would there be another language you prefer to for you to share out loud with outside of English?
Goo goo gaga.
That's what we hear from a baby. But I'm talking about like Mandarin, Cantonese, numbers, colors. Those are all languages, by the way.
Baby language is what you're born with, I think.
Well, the body is, yes.
Which is,
that's why I don't subscribe to religions, because the way people see things, they won't be your friend because you don't subscribe to this or that. That's why I keep everything I do personal with the source. I don't need to tell anyone they need to do this or that. That's their decision. And I'm not hating on people that choose religion. That's on them. More power to them.
Yeah, Charles, people subscribe to a bunch of stuff. Whether they subscribe to, I don't like the type of music you have. No. Don't tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you do like, so then we can have something in common. Like if a person doesn't subscribe to rap, and let's say they don't subscribe to YouTube, but they subscribe to, say, Spotify. Well, then tell me what you do subscribe to. You always want to praise a moving target, but unfortunately,
That's a good point. We're always looking for the negative. Maybe if we start looking for a positive, we can meet halfway. I like that. That's a good point.
Well, they're usually trying to protect their attachment. Sorry, give me a second, Naga. They're trying to basically protect that attachments, to the positive, opposed to it should stand on its own. A person shouldn't have to say, listen, I don't agree with negative. No, there might be some value of what you think is negative. If not, then how do we learn if somebody burns their hands or gets into a car accident? Those are extreme cases, Charles, but we learn from it. Again, there's people that want to be underneath a bridge snorting crack happiness. Happiness is a moment.
That shit over here. I need some.
Enjoy it, because you're going to have to experience other things. You might not do it willingly. Go ahead, Naga.
As I'm breaking weed up, you say that.
Let me show you how people are hating on religion. We already know religious people are hating on people that's not, religious like them. But let me show you how people that's not religious is hating on religion. Listen, it's barely Christian that come here in
I'm
this
not hating
community
on
in this
nothing. I
panel.
just don't agree.
Listen,
I don't want to say I don't agree. I don't know.
listen,
It don't matter.
it's barely a Christian that be coming up on this panel And all we do, bro, is bashing Christianity. It's talk about how people, is indoctrinated by religion,
But
or
Jesus
how
wasn't a
all we
Christian.
do. Hold on, all we do is talk about religion when there, in fact, religious people barely come here, right? It's just
Jesus
the
was
fact
against
that because
religion last time I checked.
it's just the fact that because people hate on religion so much, when they see other people, right, even speaking the truth, they automatically start hating on you and associate you with the religion they hate.
But listen, Rome was with religions. Jesus was against religions. Um, Rome has put religions into
But when
play.
someone says the truth, they
And
saying the
who
Jesus.
killed Jesus in the story? Rome.
So when they say the
Because he was
Sunlight,
speaking
they
out
saying
against the corruption.
they saying the Jesus. When they saying I'm going that way, they saying I'm going to Jesus because Jesus is the truth and the light and the way, which is
Right,
the word of God.
right.
Yeah, and
When
if you
people telling you they showing you the right way, they're talking about Jesus. Facts.
Okay, so knowing that, guys, those are your views, and if you value that, but to put the caveat of the word truth, now we have to actually investigate. What do you mean by truth? Are we talking about your eye of the beholder, your perception? Putting a name on top of it, Jesus, does not serve most people if they're trying to use their critical thinking, let alone their feelings. So now, again, I'm very suspicious when people use the word truth, especially coming from a person who says you don't really know what I'm saying. So then what are you saying? You're playing this loop game with yourself, Yahweh, at that
No,
point.
I see
You're
the
not.
truth. I see
You
the
see
truth.
it. You see the truth with your eyes
I,
or your third eye.
I act English to express it, but
Okay.
I can see
Okay.
it. I don't see
Okay. So what
word
language is the what language is the truth spoken in, if it's spoken at all?
It
spoken in the
would
light.
be spoken in every language, but
It's in, I think it's in your face, but I can't say what's in your face.
then
That's why
again,
the
what's a
language is
language?
valid. Right? That's why the language is invalid.
All the language is a bunch of noise.
Yeah, because truth is in your face, but you don't know what I'm talking about.
All right, if that's how you see it.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm acting English with you. The truth that they hold you accountable for, right? You got in a parking space that you shouldn't
You
park
know how
in.
many
You got.
friends I lost because of
Is it
religion?
is it true?
I thought these people are my true friends
Is it true that
because
you at home?
I don't see
No.
how they see things. They ostracize me,
But are you
and
at
I thought to
home?
myself, "Are you a
Is it true
fucking
that
Christian or
is it
what?"
true that you're talking? Right? Is it true that you're talking? Just the truth.
It's talking.
I see what I mean. The language is invalid. Like, I don't know what I'm saying to you.
A
Is
lot
it
of
true that you're
my
silent?
friends say they're Christians in religion, and they don't live by what they preach. Um, I think a lot of churches instill that in people. A lot of people that go to church think they're above everyone else and better, and that's one thing that
The Bible says that he
isn't right
blinded the minds of the people.
to me.
Well, Charles, the whole ideal of religion is like a state. When somebody goes around prancing and saying America's the best country, that's no different somebody saying my religion's the best or my teaching's the best. That is where people get into the right and wrong. It's a very pious position to take either position.
Or even
So
my rap is the best, or my rhyme is the best.
yeah, very true. My basketball team is the best. Oh, okay, that's nice. But it's not a it's a mute point because you really can't interact with that person. If a person wants to be a Christian, no problem. A person's a doctor, no problem. But telling me openly without me asking, or it doesn't lead to that. At that point, I'm like, okay, so you're wearing stripes now, and you're going to say you're a Christian?
But
Christ
people hear
conscious.
what they want to hear, though. Like everyone hears what they want to hear. I
True.
don't have to comprehend anyone.
Well, I'm, you know, that way, I'm not saying you're trying to convince it. This is bigger than us. Okay, I've had enough conversations to
How?
have my own evaluation on it, and I do listen inwards. I'm like, okay, so Dom, go ahead.
How is it bigger than us?
Well, there's many groups out there. There's people that I enjoy hearing that they say that openly that they're
Prove that
okay.
there are many groups out there. Prove it to me.
I'm not here to prove anything to you.
But
I'm,
they don't
I'm
exist. So
okay.
how can it be bigger than us?
Yahweh. I've heard your view, and if you're fully aware, and the rest of us are still asleep, allow us to at least share again. That's it. That's all I can ever ask. You know, if you're truly hearing each other, allowing each other to hear each other. If not, then you just share openly, opposed to
That's what I
contesting
was
what I'm.
talking about. The English, right? Like I'm not
Okay.
English. I'm gonna make mistakes, I guess. I'm not gonna be proper. I'm gonna put words in place that probably shouldn't go there. It's in English.
Man, where's these scriptures that I'm supposed to look at?
What's going on right now? It
Oh,
wouldn't
there they
happen.
are.
What's going on right now wouldn't happen with a Mexican, right? It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen with a Mexican, right? That speaks Spanish,
Nah,
right?
that's racist, bro. I'm
Or
fucking
that
with
speak or that only speak Mexican,
Here
whatever
they
they
are.
call it, right? It will be no habla
Philippians
English.
1, 2, and 5. Where's my Bible?
It will be no habla English. Simple, right?
Yeah, people hear what they want to hear, and they talking to themselves, but I guess they think they talking to me.
I want to get an Ethiopian Bible. I'm curious on something. Anyone's got an Ethiopian Bible?
Ethiopia. I thought Obia is Voodoo.
Ethiopian.
Yeah, if it's Obia or Opia, that's Voodoo.
Where's Philippians in the Old or New Testament? This guy spelled Philippians Fili. He don't know English too much. He's from Dominican Island. Let's see what
Philippines.
this. Let's see. Let's see. Where are you at, Philippians?
So if there are Philippines, so do they have Philippines?
Oh, here it is. Damn, Philippians is a small book in the Bible.
Do they have Philippines?
Paul and Timothy, servants of Christ.
They can't have Yang and don't have Ying.
Grace and peace to you from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christos. Jesus Christo.
Pasta.
I don't think he got this right. Philippians 1, 2, and 5. What does he mean by that? Does he mean the whole one? Yeah, he probably has to because no, he can't. That don't make sense. There is no 5. So that can't be. He messed up or something. There's only 3 things to Philippians.
So yeah, back to what I was telling myself, Yahweh was saying earlier. You know, whenever you say that you're talking about the truth, or whenever you say you're talking about, showing somebody the right way, right? Or you're talking about life, right? Or light, you're talking about Jesus, period, right? Because Jesus is the truth, the life, and the way. Right?
Jesus is the. Who was Jesus before Jesus became Jesus?
The truth always was. That's why Jesus said, "Before Abraham, I was." Right? So the truth was always the truth, and the right way was always the right way. It's just that people choose to do wrong. Right?
You should know this, man. You call
Life,
yourself Naga,
life was
the
always,
serpent, the dragon.
life was always here for us to choose. It's just that we choose death. Right? This is why God said that, "Behold, I put life and death in front of you. Choose life." Right? But most of us, right, we choose death. So all these things always was, and always is, and always will be. It's just that we make the opposite choice because we think we have free will. But
Yeah,
if you have to pay consequences,
from it.
right, for your choices, what free will do you have if it
You
comes with
won't.
the consequences? With the
Right.
consequence,
You cannot escape the truth.
What do you
period.
think when you do something wrong? You get guilt. What do you think guilt is? And you feel bad for what you've done. You're judging yourself right there. You're being judged at that moment.
By the Holy Spirit.
Jesus,
Yeah.
And if you have any heart or any fucking what's the word I'm looking for?
The Holy Spirit. Well, guilt within one.
I think learning from mistakes is a big part of life. Um,
It's called being convicted by the Holy Spirit.
I think
Just keep
everyone's on a journey here. Um, but for some reason, I think a lot of the stuff that's put in our face are distractions, which which uh, hinders our journey. The system, working, all this shit, man, is a
understand
distraction.
education.
Instead of doing for yourself, you're doing.
you look for a distraction. I think people look for a way to distract themselves. Like I said, the truth is, is always in your face. The right way is always here for you to choose. Life is always here for you to choose, but yet we do the opposite.
They're gonna pick at you.
Like Dom said, it's so true.
They're gonna mock and scoff
Like
you.
I want to travel, and that's all I want to do. Fuck paying bills. Fuck the government and their fucking taxes. They could go fuck themselves. I just want to enjoy this place while I have my little short time here. Life's too
But
fucking short. I've seen
but
way
Charles,
too many people die. Good people. Young. Very young. Younger than how old I am now. A lot of people.
life
Um,
is a long time.
fucking.
It's eternity.
But all I do is make excuses up, which hinders me from doing anything. I'd be like,
The
I
only
don't
one
got the
thinking
money to
on it right.
travel. I have like 1,000 excuses. That's
Life
like psychological war. I'm already enslaving myself with a bunch of excuses instead of just
The
doing
only one
things like we're
thinking.
supposed to.
Yeah. The only one
life
thinking
is
on your
not life is knowing forever. There is no end to it.
There you go, Tammy.
You just keep choosing death over and over. You just keep choosing wrong over and over, knowing it's the right thing to do, right? But if you're a bird, you're only gonna pick on the ripe fruit, right? Period. And if you're looking for
Yeah,
good,
when fruit ain't
you're
ripe,
looking for
it's
good. You're only
terrible.
picking
You
the
ever
right
try to
one.
eat a banana that ain't ripe? It's fucking terrible. Just because the fruit's right don't mean it's good either. Sad we even got to say that.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people don't want to be right, right? Because they don't want to get picked on.
That's right.
We all right. Once we've been picked out of the womb, out of the vortex, that's when Chronos starts devouring you. Your time's ticking. Aging is
I
ripening.
think it's
We're
when
all
you
gonna
get
fucking rot
educated.
away one day.
I think it's when you get educated.
Facts. When you start ignoring life, your clock is ticking because death is coming.
That's nice.
You the only one thinking. So how can someone teach you about a clock ticking for you to pass away? Like you taught yourself that.
Yeah.
No, time ticking is a way to describe aging. It's just molding sound with some dumbass words that people created to express something.
Yeah,
But
which is magic.
how can we turn around and say these people being
How
in power?
about people in Africa who go to speak to each other? It's no different. It's a fucking sound coming out of your mouth to express
But
something, to
but
communicate.
how can we turn around and say these people and been in power for so long? They've been shape shifting, they've been doing all these things. How can we say these things in the same breath?
I don't want those people in power over me. For what?
No, I'm saying, how can we say, right, they've been doing it for so long?
Uh,
I mean, you are the so long.
If we're gonna say life is so short, right? How can these people been doing this shit for so long? Or how can they be? How is it that they be alive for so long? Why is it that they haven't died yet? At least,
what do you mean? You think these people have been alive hundreds of years?
I mean, don't we say
That's
they've
what you're
always been?
saying?
Don't we say they've always been in power? It's been the same people that in power. Don't we say that?
I've heard that. It's a possibility. They could have technology that slows aging. And it's what you put in your engine too. It's how you treat your vehicle or your avatar or whatever word we want to use to express our rental.
Or is it that they're following the script for so long?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
They made up. You can't prove that they exist.
All I know is I see people on the video. That don't mean they exist.
Exactly.
Like you know what we're saying. Um,
So by
they can make those videos up. Those are just characters
so that
put
mean we're
on
not.
some screen.
So that
Sitting
mean
on
It's
we.
gonna come to that
money,
point,
money.
watch,
So that mean
where a
we're not being
computer is
who
gonna
we
run
say.
the world.
So
And
that
the
mean we're not
computer's
being.
gonna make fake videos of people that don't exist, and people are gonna follow them shits. That's
Been doing.
next.
That's what
So
television is from the start.
who's making these computers?
We're a computer. We're the best computer at that.
So the only place
I
to
think
install,
anti. I think Antichrist is anti-life,
the
and
only
when
place
all people cease to exist that have a soul, because it's gonna happen the way things are going.
the
Listen,
only place to
these
install
people.
information
Listen,
is
Charles.
in one's
If
mind.
these people in power don't exist, right? That means that there is nobody running the world, right?
Yeah, it's a possibility, man. That you know the people these so-called people that run the world could be an illusion. That would be the most master plan ever created.
Artificial
Are we
intelligence.
hold on, are we that easy to herd a sheep? Are we that docile and dumb that we would fall for that? I think
All of
so.
life is
I
being
think
led.
so.
That's right. It's in the scripture. See, you talking the Bible?
Have you ever heard?
I
Have you
got the
ever heard?
Bible in my hand right now.
Have you ever heard the
You ain't
greatest
gotta
lie
read
ever
it. You
told?
gonna just talk it when you tell the truth.
Have you ever told the greatest lie ever told by the devil was that he made you believe he exists when he don't?
The devil's within everyone.
It's
I
artificial
just,
intelligence, right?
yeah, like
It ain't no life in it.
It don't exist.
It's a television.
that would be some shit, bro. They concocted an ill plan. They were like, let's create a character that don't exist and make them believe it exists and have
It's
them
just television.
worship and just do whatever they're fucking told. And they're sitting back with their $1 million yachts and, just chilling, living it up. Like, look at these suckers.
The $1 million yacht is part of the artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I don't care about the yacht. I'm just making a point because that's what they do. They love, spending money and having diamonds and yachts and big houses. And that
But the
means
whole
everything to the people.
could be artificial, computer generated since black and white to me.
Take their yachts away and their big money, and those people won't know what to do with themselves.
For me, that's not even money. That's paper, right? That's paper. That's counterfeit.
Money got life in it.
It's not being backed by nothing.
The Lord's money got life in it. The world's money ain't got no life in it. It's like playing house, right? Like
Dan, that's a good point, JK. I like that right here. That's well put. Governments are copy design of the so-called government of God, as above, so below.
That's why
Because
earlier
I read the Bible, it reminds me of the government.
That's why I asked you earlier, have you ever been to the United States of God?
The God in the Bible that burns cities down with women and children in it and stuff reminds me of like the presidents and these so-called people that run the world that'll bomb a fucking city with women and children because they say they're fucking evil or terrorists when they're just people trying to live their life. But anyway.
Again, bro, that's why before you jumped off earlier, I asked you, have you ever been to the United States of God?
Say that again?
Now I said earlier, before you jumped off, when you were trying to send the link to Soul Job or Hurricane, I asked you, have you ever been to the United States of God?
Oh. The United States of God. That's what they want people to worship is that, man. People do when you're voting and all that, you're worshiping those fucking people. I like to call it the warship because these
That's the
people are
right
at war
thing to
with
do.
themselves.
That's why they're following the script.
Their vessel is the warship when
But
they
we know they don't
worship.
exist. We know they don't exist. But that's what they're following the script. So that's the right thing to do. They've been hiding it, right?
I
For a
hate
long,
this place sometimes.
for
I
a long
just want
time.
people to live in peace and happiness and no
For a
one
long
starving
time.
and dying of disease and shooting and killing all the animals and poisoning the water, spraying the sky with fucking chemicals.
That's
This is
what you were
fucking
seeing on
hell.
your TV for a long time. For a long time, that's what you were seeing on your TV. Now you're able to see,
It's
God.
tough to keep inner peace when all you see is fucking death and destruction and unhappiness and
on the
fucking
television,
that's all you're visualizing
but I don't see
all
that.
along trying to keep your inner peace. I don't want to become numb and just numb out, you know? Fuck that shit. You become
It's freedom,
heartless when you numb out.
freedom of the Christian, freedom of the press. It ain't no one there, man.
That's what I say when I look up at the sky. There's no one there.
You are there.
Sometimes I question if there's an all-knowing God and all this good stuff, what all-knowing God that loves his creations would put people through this? If you already knew it was going to happen, why would you let it? That's one question I had.
Yeah. But you're the one thinking. Maybe you the one thought it up. You did. You the one thinking.
And then I realized it isn't God's fault, right? It's our fault. We did this.
Going on our own understanding.
You know, like when people blame Satan, they don't want to take responsibility. You know,
Yeah,
in
like
certain cases, it's easier to blame something that isn't there than to take responsibility.
That what makes one blind when they blame. They can't see that they the only one thinking. Or they forgot, or they don't remember.
Fury will bring all the faces to you. That's fucking hilarious. This place could be so beautiful and fruitful,
People with
and it's like we're savage beasts, we're parasites, just fucking Mother Earth up and ourselves at the same time.
Because we artificial
You know,
intelligence.
all for the love of material stuff and fucking. Sometimes just be like, what the fuck?
Intelligence is artificial. George Washington don't exist. It's artificial.
You'd be like, hey guys, there's all this plastic in the ocean, man. It's fucking killing everything. People would be like, I gotta go to work, bro. I don't care. I won't be alive when people out of sight, out of mind.
Have you never seen the ocean? Do it exist?
I've seen an ocean. I swam in it.
You seen a
I
lot of
fished
plastic
in
in
it.
it? Did you see all that
Yeah.
plastic they were talking about?
I seen plastic, needles, a whole bunch of waste in the Long Island Sound.
Well, just pick it up.
I mean, you got a point, but I've seen pictures of these plastics in this dirty water.
That's
There's
artificial
videos of
intelligence.
it.
It's a picture.
Yeah, it could be fake, but I doubt it. I see
is
litter
fake.
everywhere.
It's
I
a
see
pic.
litter
No, it's not.
everywhere. I go outside right now, and I'll point
Yeah.
my phone camera to the side of the highway. There's loads of garbage just built up
That's
all over there.
Yeah, being the only one thinking, ask the city. You don't have to go to them personally. Ask them to clean it up. People doubting what they have.
Yeah. Whatever the source is, gave us this. We have this opportunity, right? So I've been saying, man, when I say I'm God, that's what I'm saying. We're an extension of the source dwells in all of us. Like I said, without the source, nothing would exist.
They only dumping the trash in
No
your
one's
eyesight.
coming to save us but us.
They only dumping
That's
it in
the
your
thing people
eyesight.
don't get. People don't get it, man. The only way things will change for the better is when we fucking do it. Other than that, no magical man's gonna fall from the sky and do any of this. It's up to us. We were given the chance to be here. That's all that's needed, man. It's up to you.
To think is man, right? So man can come from the sky to think. I can feel it in the air. Like what you saying now, right? It came from out of nowhere. It came from the sky. Man, to think. Sky is thinking, right? The sky
The
is not
question is,
thinking.
what's a thought? Where do thoughts come from?
The only one thinking. If I told you, you're gonna tell yourself what I'm telling you.
I was listening to Eric Dubé. He was pulling up. he was saying these I don't know what to call them, quotes. No, they're not quotes. I don't know, inserts from these stories. I forgot what tribe it was that talked about a copper dome or a gold dome that
They say your mind is cloudy.
and it made me think of the Capitol and how they mimic or allegedly mimic the realm we're in when they have the dome and then Polaris at the center pole.
You at the center pole.
Well, yeah, of course, but
Yeah, education, man, it'll lead you astray. It'll lead you away from yourself. The whole sky follow me everywhere I go. I don't know about anybody.
everybody's led away from themselves. That's why we continue to fucking participate in this fucking system. Everyone's
Artificially
lost.
intelligent. Yeah, they artificially intelligent. Yeah, yeah. George
Nobody
Washington
knows who
don't
they
exist.
truly are or where we are.
Ben Franklin do not exist.
You ask somebody, what's the stars? Nobody knows this perfect. No one truly
You
knows
probably
what that is.
Ben Franklin now.
We don't even know where we are.
You inside of the truth. You inside of
Every answer people give of where we are is hearsay. They're going by what someone else or a book told them. They don't truly know.
you go by you was born in your mother's eyesight. Your mother to me give birth to everything you see because when you look at something, that's your eyesight.
George Washington had shellac teeth.
So as you walk down the road, your eyesight go with you, which is the sky. The whole sky follow you. You think it do. Your eyesight follow you everywhere you go.
I used to think the sun was following me in the stars until I stopped walking and I stood there and I realized the stars keep moving.
It is following you. Why you can't walk down it when you see the stars down there? Why you can't walk down there under them stars? Why you can't walk under the sun? Like when you see the sun down there, why you can't walk under it? Because it's gonna walk away from you when you walk towards it. Which is your
No.
which is your eyesight. Like when you hear something, is it out there or is it in you?
No, I've
Like,
been directly under the sun. I had to think about that for a minute. At 12 noon, a lot of times the sun's directly overhead in the summertime. In the
yeah.
wintertime, it's more of a distance away. But yeah, when it comes back up this way. But I get what you're saying. I don't think there's something about the sun and moon. I don't think they're solid objects, in my opinion.
The plane is flying somewhere. But when you're in a car and you look at the plane, it's following you, which is your eyesight. It's true. It's true that the sun is following you. And and it only rises and sets around you personally, which is personal Lord and Savior. But I'm not trying to take you somewhere you don't want to go, baby. It's personal. Everything was made for you personally. You don't want to see it. I can try to explain red to you. I can't explain no color to you.
That's what I said earlier, Tammy. You said I am the dragon. That's what I was saying earlier, but no one paid no mind to it. Everybody's Jesus when you're following.
The only one.
And when you speak like that, people be like, it's blasphemous. But they just don't get it.
Intelligent. People hear what they want to hear. I didn't teach you anything. I didn't teach you what I was saying.
The pyramids point. What this guy? I forgot. He was talking about Orion, but he didn't call it Orion. He called it Orion or some shit. I'm like, what? Yeah. Orion, the Pleiades star system. I can't see the other part. The pyramids point to it. I believe that the origin of life in the universe. I was thinking about that guy, Vibes of Cosmos, and I was looking at his work, and he was saying, if I'm not mistaken, the stars come from under the ocean. And I'm thinking, while I was walking this morning, I'm like, no, that's not making sense. Because if that was the case, the stars would only be above the ocean.
The sky
He's
is your
saying
mind.
the sun, the moon, and the stars are coming from underground.
And the sun and the moon go around you personally.
But that's my point I made earlier. There's so many opinions and theories of where we are and how this shit operates, but nobody knows for sure.
You know when you see it, you know.
I think at some point we all knew what this place was, our ancestors.
Get
And
educated.
now it's being kept from us.
We got educated. You catered. We got educated. We artificially intelligent. Education is artificial intelligence. There ain't no life in it. The life is the truth. It's in your face. I think it is.
You ever see this dude took his hand and put it on a table and took a picture of it. He had his fingers spread out, right? And then he took a picture of a tree with the roots going into the ground. I said, oh shit. Then they took a leaf and they put it next to veins. And what do they do afterwards? Some with the lungs. I think it was the actual tree or something. So we are damn near made up of everything in this earth. We are the earth. The human body is a fucking masterpiece.
Everyone is perfectly made.
You know what I think ages us and kills us? Eating food.
Magic. Yeah, it's in the
Putting in
air,
that
right?
fucking food is poison, and it makes your body work harder
It's in
when
the
it's to
air.
digest. Compared if you ate alkaline foods only. Puma, what are you doing? You gotta eat your banana.
I think your life is true. I don't know. Only you know, I guess.
I don't know shit. I don't know
You
nothing.
you run a red light. Is it true that they would judge you for it?
To that
If
cop, it's true.
if you feed the homeless, is it true that they judge you for it?
Probably, if they don't like it.
Judgment don't have to be like you make a judgment not to step on a board with a nail in it. Like you're making a good judgment.
That
So
would
saying that
suck. I've done
you a
that.
good
I've done that, and it sucks. Believe me.
so saying you a loving person to feed the homeless, that's a judgment.
This guy, Tim Truth. Who is this guy? How did I get subbed to his channel? Psychological containment before the big false flag. Yeah. Okay.
Like they say
Whatever you
you
say,
was somewhere
buddy.
else at this time, but you was on YouTube, right? Is it true? You are the truth. They acting like you somewhere else.
Where's Dom? Dom's just observing. He's eating his popcorn.
You the only one ever seen people. You could try to explain to me what they look like. You the only one ever heard people talking.
If life is a dream, why do we lay down and start to dream another dream?
And if in that dream they tell you it's real, like is it real?
Are we trapped here? We're trapped in a dream. Fuck!
Where else would you want to be?
How do we wake up if we're trapped in this dream? Because I don't want
Well,
to be in this dream no more.
you understand how to spell. And the world tell you what to think until you wake up. You the only one thinking.
I guess Dom took off. Do. Damn, it's been 3 hours already.
What the world told them they'll believe. But
That's getting annoying. Those people marching is getting annoying.
you got your own opinion. They told you.
They told us a lot.
Your own opinion is your own mind.
Yeah, they took the singularity and created the duality.
through you.
Everything comes from the one, but they tell you two.
See, that's what Jesus said.
I am Jesus.
Okay. You the son of your father. All right. You the truth.
Let me get some of that popcorn, Dom. The fuck you hogging it for?
You call it your higher self. The son of your
You want to
higher self.
smoke some weed, Puma? I want to see if my cow eats some weed. Eat some weed? Yeah. Here. You must have been a runt of the litter, Puma, because you're not too bright.
A child of yourself. Which is the chi, right? The chi elder. The child is the chi elder.
You eating your food, Puma?
The chi is the sun and the moon. The chi elder is the child.
I guess Dom took off. Naga took off. I'm gonna
So when
jump off here probably in a little while, maybe like a half hour. What time is
you
this? 1
become
o'clock?
an adult, you stop being a child. You stop being a child of your higher self. When you become an adult, children don't pay bills. Children don't do what adults do.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah. You know, hypnosis, fucking sleep, whatever people want to call it, it always blows my mind that such a small percentage allegedly calls the shots for everything, right? And somehow people just fall in line. No one
Artificial
ever
intelligence.
thinks to go off on their own.
They artificially intelligent.
I don't know if that's smart. For lack of better words, I'll say I don't know if that's smart or fucking dumb.
It's foolishness, yeah.
Is it meant to be, or people choosing it to be?
Through artificial intelligence. You can't read the screen if you're not educated. You can't comprehend ChatGPT if you're not educated. So education is artificial intelligence. It ain't no life in that postcard or that television of Russia. It ain't no life in that Donald Trump video. Am I still here? Anyone still there?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
smoking some herb, my bad.
Oh, you are. I thought my internet went out or something.
When I was coming home, damn, some good shit. When I was coming home, fucking, I gotta find out what happened downtown. there's a bunch of cops and fire trucks. They had everything blocked off right in front of Taco Bell, right on the other side of the highway bridge. I wonder what happened. If it wasn't so cold out, I would have fucking went and checked it out, but if I ever get a lawsuit, if the cops ever fucking try to disrespect me in a way, you know, violate my so-called rights, and they could get me fall onto some money, I'm getting me a piece of land. Fuck this shit, man. And then I'm gonna make a garden and live in a tent. So therefore, I don't have to pay no taxes. As soon as you start building on your land, you gotta pay daddy government. But I wonder if you put like a little shack to sleep in on your property, if they'll tax you for it. I gotta look into this stuff. I want to move where it's warm, somewhere above sea level and warm. You know, somewhere I could grow food and fish. Because if you really want to survive, your best bet would be to try to find a spot elevated, build your little survival, or buy some land. And if you're near where there's trout and bass and shit, you could survive easier with that than in your little garden. But then people, you know, when you have a garden, it's not easy to just grow something and have a garden. Now you got animals that are gonna come and try to eat your shit, or insects. So that's another ball game. You know, it's not as easy as just growing it and having it. And even if you got like, I think about this stuff too, like, then if you live in an area where there's bears or wolves, they're gonna try to eat your turkeys or your chickens, you know what I mean? Or even your goats. Shit, if you got a baby goat, I guarantee you some of these vultures, these turkey vultures, probably pick a little baby goat up. You ever see a turkey vulture's claws? Yo. My old landlord and friend, that woman that passed away, fucking used to tell me there was a hawk in this neighborhood and it'll snatch a cat up, and I didn't believe her until I seen the claws on these fucking things of a hawk and a turkey vulture got some fucking critical claws. Definitely, if you get a big enough turkey vulture, it probably could grab a newborn. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
And then I wonder, did animals ever live in harmony? Or, because there's animals that don't have to hunt to live. It makes me wonder, have animals always been hunting each other? Sometimes I feel like I'm in a giant fucking farm. Like, this is a big genetic farm, an experiment, and it's one big prison.
A lot of writers of books start their book off with America, the experiment.
And fucking, we're just being watched, and they're taking notes, and they're tweaking their genetic creations until they create the perfect one, the super soldier. There's many variations of this place that I think, I think in a biblical way, I think of it as in a genetic fucking farm way. Nobody truly knows. And the only way we'll find out is if we fucking start exploring instead of living in one city. It's like, from what I've read, people are always traveling, exploring, and going here and there and meeting people. And it seems through time that was halted. It was slowly but surely. It became harder and harder to travel when you want. I mean, you can, but you got to have money, and the government has to give you an okay. I've never went to get a passport, but I've asked about them, and I've asked friends that went and got them, and they tell me stuff like, you can go for a passport, you put the application in, if they deny you, you lose the money, or a country could turn you down, they don't have to let you in. It depends on your criminal record, stuff like that. Like I watch China Mac, and he said China's very picky in who they let in. Like if you have a drug charge in the States, they might not let you go to China. Oh, Eyes Wide Shut's behind. Yes, we are Earth, bro. I said that a long time ago. Piece of Eyes Wide Shut. I don't know. The sun or moon made us grow old? I don't know. I hear so many theories, and I just...
Look at it yourself, because it is true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's yours.
I want to
it.
explore. I want to know where the sun and moon is coming from. I want to know what the stars are. And the only way, look at Enoch. An angel came to pick him up. I think an angel is some sort of craft. He went to the upper realm, to the edge of the stars, which would be, who knows, somewhere far out there.
It is said that the sun could come down to you and be with you face to face.
I think there's realm under our feet.
But
then there's a realm above our head.
I have seen the moon move back and forth rapidly.
Maybe it's like, the Batman sign. I'm thinking something like that, but a reflection somehow. Like when you have a flashlight and you shine it into a mirror, and then it reflects onto the wall. I think that's how the sun is operating somehow. The main source is at the center, but I can't prove it until I try it.
The center is you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain.
Of course, you're always the center of yourself, yeah. But I'm saying the center of this body of what we call land, this whole realm.
If you was to go to, I guess, this North Pole,
where the compass is pointing to,
if
that magnetic source.
Yeah.
And I think that magnetic source at the center is the source of all.
Which is you. Like if you was to go there, it'd be you there, right?
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Okay, so it'd be to me in your eyesight.
Are we the source having many different experiences? Probably.
Yeah, acting like we understand each other. Yeah. So my teachers didn't teach me properly to talk to y'all. I don't have the proper way to speak with y'all.
You know what's crazy? When I heard the creation story of when the Almighty Source was all alone and bored, so the Source created many versions of itself, but he put rules in place. And I said, yo, that fucking story made more sense to me than the Adam and Eve garbage.
Same story to me.
I was lost with Adam and Eve as a child. I'm like, yo, how did these two white people create all these different people? Dark, the Asians, the blacks, all that. I was like, yeah.
White, so you saying they pure? They how?
And then what else got me was they say Adam and Eve is the beginning. And then Adam and Eve has children, but then their children move to these other lands and get wives. And I'm like, wait a minute. How's
Yeah,
that possible if Adam and Eve are the beginning?
yeah, they moved to
Where do
Russia.
those other tribes come from?
Yeah, in your mind, they moved to Russia.
So,
They got married
hey,
with
Adam and
15
Eve could be a true story. Maybe the beginning of a certain bloodline. But other
Adam
than
is
that, two white
Adam is
people can't make black people. Or dark
Adam
people,
is
sorry. There's no black people.
Adam is man to think. Eve,
So
Eve is
it's allegorical, you're saying.
now, I think it's regular English, but people seem like when you say a man, they see their
No,
daddy.
allegorical meaning it's a coded story. You know what I mean?
No, I think you
Atom
code
means atom. Atom is the atom, the ATOM.
man to think. To think
I'm
man.
almost
Man, woman, and child is man.
So in the
Water.
story, sorry, Charles. Sorry, in the story, in the beginning. So what was before the beginning? What about if all the different species here didn't originate from here? As a possibility, because obviously I get people are going to lean towards a biblical story of
Yeah,
Genesis.
yeah, because you spoke of it in the beginning. Yeah, that's right. The earth was
I
formed.
was just speaking on how I caught
The
on
earth,
to the Adam and Eve story being false or
the earth
something wrong with it
everything
because
that
sons
grows
left
on it
out.
before it had
If
form and shape before.
Adam and Eve were the first two ever created.
Were they?
And
Were they? Because they.
then
Sorry, Charles. Were they, or were they put in? They were formed in a garden east of Eden. So maybe they weren't creations; they were formations. If we're
but they were
basing it on the
supposed to
story.
be the beginning, the beginning of life or whatever.
Well,
But
that's another
it
story.
confused me when they had two sons and then they moved to other lands and got wives. And I'm like, but wait a minute, isn't Adam and Eve supposed to be the beginning of
No,
every, of
the
humans or whatever?
okay. The
That's how it's
story.
taught.
The story in the beginning and Adam and Eve, those are different days supposedly, based on the written story. It's like the sun and the moon. Well, then what was prior to the sun and the moon?
But that's
So,
how I was taught. That Adam and Eve is the beginning of life and this and that. And
It's literal.
so
it
that's what
could
I
be.
mean. These people teach it wrong,
Well, you
I
have to use your
guess.
imagination
So,
to look at it, and then you start realizing, are there two different stories going on at once?
but that's
You
why I
know,
called it up. I was like, I thought I was told Adam and Eve was the beginning. So I got confused when they had the two sons, Cain and Abel, and then Cain and Abel went and married women.
okay, but
Now,
in
you
the
get what I'm
story,
saying?
yeah, I'm hearing you, Charles. So in the story, it talks about Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden until one actually
Yeah.
ate of whatever that tree was. Then and only then they
Right.
were supposed to reproduce. Outside of that, were they even supposed to reproduce?
So I heard they were brother and sister.
No, they
Someone had
could be.
mentioned that.
No,
And I was like, no. I was like, ugh, then we are the abomination.
it could be. You know what I mean?
But I don't know. But then still, if that's the case, how did these two people create many different races, right? You got Asian, this and that, different, you know what I mean?
Then you have to play with the idea that when people talk
It's
about it,
bullshit.
well, it could be, but it's a belief system, regardless of bullshit. So at that
Yeah.
point, you have to consider other types of stories, whether tribal or whatever, when they talk about different land masses. So there could be many different
That's
formations.
what I was saying. It could be the beginning of a certain tribe or whatever.
Like everybody wants to think all of it origin on Earth, which it could be.
Yeah.
Maybe the main place could have been Africa, could be, but at that point, like I said, other people have talked about different land masses, like Atlanta, Germanica, Odin, forestry, bodies of water being held back, the ice wall. Again, most people only want to talk about on Earth, but most of us never even go throughout the Earth's surface, seeing all the jungles. Most of us do. We live in small little civilization parts of the world, little zoos.
Bro, you gotta have balls to go to the jungle, bro. You ever see these snakes and gators and the spiders? Oh my god, bro.
Mm-hmm. You're
Hey,
gonna say that
Charles,
way?
can you look up the origin of the word man?
All right.
M-A-N or M-E-N?
Same thing, and whichever one you want to choose.
No, they're two different things.
What do you
Man is
want? The origin or
But
the etymology?
I'm not trying to tell you how to speak, brother.
no,
I'm
I know,
not.
I get it. I'm just asking for clarity. Men, M-E-N or M-A-N? That's all.
It's the same thing to me. To me,
Okay,
it is.
good enough. Then it's the same thing.
And
To
if I look
Well,
up the origin of it, I'm gonna
yeah.
find the same
Man could
thing.
be more than one.
you.
Yeah, I get. Oh,
Man,
okay.
woman, and cat is man.
Men are humans.
That's the
M-E-N.
Trinity.
Man is the image of God. Now, if you want to use the dumbed down language to try to explain it, fill your boots. Again, the image of God. Nobody's ever seen God, and therefore they've never seen the image of
That's
God.
not
Right.
true. Some have seen God, bro.
They might
And
have.
that's a problem.
Okay, let's say you see God. Okay, you're in the presence of whatever that is. How would you explain it to the rest of us? What language would you use?
It's
Got
not in
him.
English. Like, how can my tongue be greater than God, right? Like,
I know that's a question you're asking out loud. I'm pretty sure you're going to
to
probably
me,
respond
All
to
right,
that.
I got it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
even
ahead.
if I told you, you're gonna tell yourself what I'm telling you.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just hearing
Yeah,
you. I
yeah,
get it.
so the language isn't valid.
But
All I can say is it's in your face. I mean, I don't know how to say it. Say
Etymology,
it.
origin.
but
All
you're
right.
but Yahweh, you're hearing me trying to say it. There's the difference. Allow other people
But I'm
to
the only
try to.
one thinking, right? Like
I get it. Yahweh, how many more times you're going to have to say that? I've heard that. It's not as though I'm a
I
first
don't know
timer
what
here.
that means though. I don't know what it means. I'm just saying it to see if it got a meaning.
I can mute you and then get the same grasp of it, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Charles. Sorry, Charles. Yahweh, you did ask Charles to look up the term. Go ahead, Charles.
It says the word man originates from Old English man, it's spelled M-A-N-N,
Okay.
rooted in Proto-Germanic manas, M-A-N-N-A-Z, meaning a human being or person. It says regardless of sex.
Mm-hmm.
Originally neutral, it meant one who has intelligence related to the root men or laborer. If shifted to mean an adult male around 1000 AD, often replacing the earlier word were, W-E-R.
Yeah. Again, the word meaning gives it away. It's like numbers. People will use numbers as we're talking, but there's energy behind each symbol. So the word man behind
That
each letter.
You made up those energies.
No different. I made up the words.
I didn't teach you English, so to me, I had to revoke those energies you have.
Okay,
Right?
I get
Like,
the English part, but I was talking about
Whoa.
energy. Go ahead.
but I'm not.
It
I was
says,
talking.
it says, I looked up the origin, I put both in the same. So that was the origin and the etymology, but it says semantic shift. The usage of man, specifically for an adult male, began to dominate around the 13th century with were as in werewolf,
Mm-hmm.
falling out of use. Werewolf.
Man, wolf,
Yo.
woman, but yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're confirming the written work. So it's right. It's not truth. It's right. Because the truth will set you free. But while you're still
so when
here,
you read about Adam, then you might see Adam means to think.
yes,
Intelligence, right?
yes,
Okay.
to think, yes, and it's thinking within what's called man. You're
So
in.
Eve,
You're.
Eve is my helpmate, which is my flesh. My
Yes,
flesh is
that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm Adam and Eve.
There you go. You got it. You're sharing it out loud with the
I've been
language that I can
saying it
relate.
the whole, which is you, right? If it's you, I'm the only one though, right? So if you don't claim it, then you don't. You're all mine. for you all or mine?
Can't believe Venezuela won the fucking WBC.
I'm just playing with words, right? At this point, I'm speculating. I love you, man. I'm talking out loud. I'm being a fool.
Sometimes it's good to play the fool.
Yeah, because I'm the only one can gather all
It'll
the
show
characters.
you a lot.
I'm the only one can act all you out. I'm the only one that can do it.
These cats beat the U.S., yo. That's symbolic. The guy, my friend over here called. He said it's going to be Venezuela and the U.S. I was like, nah. I wanted it to be Dominican and U.S., but that couldn't be possible. But anyway.
But how can you make that tangible? I'm just mimicking characters, y'all. I'm a parrot. At this point, I'm being funny. You know, you talk with the cat, with the cat talk. I think you do. I don't know.
3-6 Mafia. They, I wonder why they present the darkness as evil all the time. When the darkness could be loving, when you're in the womb of your mother. But they just put the fair spin on darkness.
The darkness in the womb of the mother is an example of it. It's no sight of things.
That's the true waters right there.
So people that's evil don't have sight of things. Because the truth.
You ever seen the dolphin?
The truth will make you free. It will.
Dolphins got 2 brains, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I seen a dolphin yesterday in this video.
I call my
and
TV
that
a
motherfucker was speaking English.
Computer generated images. Telling nobody, you know, ain't no life in that TV, man. It's artificial intelligence. The whole world is artificial intelligence. AI on the dollar. The whole world is artificial intelligence. Prove the world. You can't show me the video because I'm gonna tell you that's a video. May not life in it. Me a document, white, right. So truth is in my face.
I'm about to jump off here, guys. In a minute. I just realized it's about to be 3 hours in that. 30 minutes.
Yeah. All
Oh shit!
information
What's up, Tommy?
gotta come through you. All information gotta come through you. Period.
Yo, imagine going to Pole-Ruis. I remember I was explaining the Pole-Ruis and all that to someone. I said, and if you take this model, and Pole-Ruis would be the throne of God, where that'd be your third eye, and all that. And the person said, that is the throne of God, Pole-Ruis. They believe that a person was sitting on the throne up there.
Is a man which is to think or intelligence. It's intelligence up there.
Sun's traveling up there, probably energy. When the Egyptians had their ancestors traveling on a boat on the ether, that's symbolic for a lot of stuff.
The one in the center, the child who is the one. I know that people want to take claim, though. Who imagining all the characters of the stories they hear? Like who think about what they do? They search and they search. You only one people. Tell me something tangible. You the only one thinking. If I told you, you gonna think it. It's on your shelf. It's already on your shelf. You waiting on me to say it. Or who else?
All right, guys, I'm jumping off. Peace, everyone. I'm out.
All right.
Peace. I'll see you guys next time. I'm about to go grub. Appreciate y'all coming through. I'm out like trout, drinking the Guinness stout.